Could do this all night.
I love these chips.
Very good.
You know,
I would like Honest Air a lot more. Honestly, I would like Honest Air a lot more if it was just this.
what, I was just staring at a camera eating chips?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what my goal is
Yeah.
to keep my tone not screaming. Like, that is my #1 goal. Also, just to have a conversation.
That's secondary to me. Secondary. The coffee and chips.
The chips, I'm like, guys, this is my advertisement for the night.
No, don't talk to them.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't talk to them. We're just having chips and coffee.
Okay.
Don't address them directly.
Oh my god, I'm so bad at this.
Jeez. Just eat your chips and...
I will totally do that. Teach me your ways. That's why I'm here, right?
Hey guys, what's up? It's Honesty Hour time, and I'm gonna ask right off the bat that we refrain from talking about changes at Geek and Sundry in our chat room.
Oh.
I'll say it right now. We have nothing to do with it. We got our own shit to talk about. What's up, Dreadedpool88? How's it going? So, we're just gonna X that right now, because it's not our channel, and I don't want to speculate or pretend to not see things, because that's annoying. So, it's not our channel, you can talk about it over there. We have our own shit to deal with. So we'll talk to you guys about us. I'm here. Hey, what's up, Hellgate Guard? What's up? How's it going?
You're probably great.
How's it going?
I like that you're here.
Alright, so I'm here with Claudia.
Yeah, this is fun.
Jakidash.
We have not.
What the fuck does the name Jakidash mean?
Okay, do we want to get into back? Okay,
Right off
let's do
the
it.
bat, let's get
So,
it.
one time I played a computer game with my father, and he knew Jack 2 was my favorite game of all time. So he named me Jack, J-A-K, is cool. K-E-W-L, because that's the cool way to spell cool. Then, my first cosplay that I wanted to show off was Dash. So I made my first cosplay name Jackie, from my father, and Dash.
Okay.
And Jackie is easier to yell when you're playing a game.
End of story.
End of story.
End of story. Cool, now we know. That's what the fuck Jakidash means.
Yeah, I like it. It has like a little bit of movement to it. Like you could assume if you saw a Jakidash, that would be something that is running.
Another question for you. Mm-hmm. I've dug into this a little bit before, but what's your relationship with your father like? Because you bring him up a lot.
I love my dad. I would say I'm like the closest with my father, and that's because me and my dad have the same hobbies, and we have the same
Just you saying that out loud makes me extremely nervous to ever have to be in the same place with both of you at the same time.
He is not as loud as me, but we have like the same insecurities. We get the same triggers for anger, which is when the internet is out.
That's your trigger?
Oh my god.
That's your trigger?
If I am trying
I have a lot of triggers. That's not one
to
of them.
Google something
That's a fucking
and the
savior.
internet is out, it drives me bananas. Or if I lost something. And I don't even need to find it, but if I know I have lost volume 2 of Oregon High School Host Club, I will not stop until I find that volume.
Honestly, if the internet goes out, especially here, it's kind of like count like your blessings when they happen.
For you, yeah.
Just for a second, be like, all right. Except when it's like in the middle of DFA or like a really big important show and it happens, then we all panic. We panic hard. But if it's like before the day starts,
Yeah.
it's kind of like, oh, you know, it's not working.
Hey, Bella.
All right, let's just take this moment,
Dude,
and
remind me to
reflect
sweep
on ourselves.
after this, because there's crumbs everywhere, and I
I
feel
will
bad.
remind you to sweep.
That's why I'm telling you to.
I will definitely remind you to sweep. Before you leave here, it'll be like, Claudia, there's the broom. Get to work.
One time I came over to say hi, and you made me clean that out area. Remember that?
Yeah.
Come over here, film a video for a Kickstarter. Oh, by the way, clean that area in the back. But I like to do it.
All right.
I like to help.
So we're gonna get into our Discord here. On Discord, you guys are able to post questions for Honesty Hour.
Yeah.
We'll get through those, and then we'll start addressing the ones that are coming up live in chat. Now, as per usual, Honesty Hour is a show where we get to know each other a little bit better. Now, tonight we're gonna get to know Claudia, and we're also gonna answer questions about the channel that we need to answer and dive into those things, because this is the one time in the week I let you ask me stuff, and I either roll my eyes or I give you an actual answer. So, we'll do both tonight.
Yeah.
We will dance like absolute idiots for subscribers. I think
would
we're
love
like
that.
4 away from our next Steam
Oh my
Key
god,
giveaway.
please do that.
3 or 4. Right,
Please.
will let me know which one it is.
We are actually
3 away. Yeah, 3 away from our next Steam Key giveaway. And we've got a whole bunch of Humble Bundle stuff to give away.
Yeah, that's really dope, guys. Like, I use that word. I've been using that word a lot lately because I've been hanging out with like candy makers.
Is that word synonymous with candy makers?
They're
You know, those
younger than
candy
me.
makers. Those candy makers, guys. Dope is the only word in the, as we all know. As we all understand, dope is the only word in the candy maker's vocabulary.
I work with 3 other candy makers currently for this next fair, and 2 of them are like 21. And I did not realize how
And
young 21 is.
21 is a word that a like age group that uses dope.
At least these 2 do. And then 1 is my age. And so we're just like, we're old, and then we're not really old because then
Maybe
there's
it's
you
not
old.
just people who are 21 or candy makers. Maybe it's 21-year-old candy makers that
Fudge.
work at a fair in the state of Washington.
Okay. I'm glad that you've snipered down to those 2 people. They're great, by the way. They're great.
Dude, Zach, dope is huge in the confectionery community.
Someone told me today that Genova Plus's alternate account should be Genova Minus, and I laughed in my head way too hard.
Cool, we just brought it back up. All right, first question. First question is actually a couple days old from More to Steel, so it's not getting into the ones for you
That's
yet,
okay.
which come up immediately.
I
Fast.
would rather just be in a space. I'll eat chips. How about that?
Okay, More to Steel has a couple quick questions. Which show do you think has improved the most since it started? And I'm gonna say Death from Above on that one. If you go back and watch the very first episode of that show, it is it's crazy to see how far it's come.
I know Drill 88. I Drill 88. Sorry, I know him from the internet.
And we know all of these people from the internet, Claudia.
I'm so sorry. I won't interrupt.
These are the people we know from the internet.
I'm glad you agree with GFA, because I would agree too.
And who would your dream guest to have on Hyper and on which show? Well, I'm biased on this one because I GM a show on the channel. So I'm gonna say on my show, and if you're asking me like dream guest, like straight up dream guest, I would maybe say Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
yeah.
Role playing as Exo Manowar, it works. Don't test me on that one. It fucking works. And if that movie ever comes around and they don't cast him in it, we gonna have words. Or Liam Neeson's, one of the 2. Okay. And have you considered getting Tyler a decent workstation instead of the small flimsy thing that he currently has? No, because there's not enough room. Have you seen how close they are to being on the opposite of frame every single fucking episode? No.
It's gonna be like so.
No. Small for a reason. It's not much fucking room up there with our studio. The studio looks kind of big on camera, but it's not as big as you would think. We actually like use every angle and every corner of this fucking studio. Okay.
Somebody said Corpsons, and I want to say thanks to that for their biggest show. I think literally every show has improved. I can't think of one show that has not.
I would absolutely fucking hope so. Who at Hyper makes you laugh the most, and who makes you facepalm the most? Myself to both of those questions. What has been the most touching reaction / encounter with a viewer of Hyper to date? Honestly, that's a really tough one because I haven't had that many. For the most part, people still recognize me from my last job. Hey, what's up, Amir?
Oh, that's the guy who is on the wall.
The penis face.
What?
I tried not to use that word. I really tried hard not to remember that penis candy was on his face.
So, you know, touching reaction / encounter. That's a tough one. We've met some really great people who do recognize Hyper. I mean, Gen Con was really cool. Gen Con was really cool. All of the people we met at Gen Con were really neat. The people who sat down and played role-playing games with us, that was really cool. That was neat. To be able to play a game with someone at a table and then see them in the chat room the next week, that was kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
Like that was cool. So I appreciated that, and that was neat. All right, getting on to the questions. I'm gonna skip a lot of Krellin's questions just because, and he's gonna be mad at me for even saying that out loud. But a lot of them are just, we'll skip.
No, this is my anime boy water bottle. They're swimming anime boys.
Do you think playing games on Games and Grub?
No. Megalo Blaze one's totally right. When you got that Spider-Man comic for your birthday.
That wasn't an interaction.
That
was great. It was cool and it was touching and it was like, it's hanging on my wall at home. I have it framed on my wall at home. Amazing. But it wasn't like a face-to-face interaction. But okay,
it's still a big deal.
Snowy Noe wants to know if we think playing games on Games and Grub and on LAN Party with the community is helping it grow, or is it more of something to do to have fun with the community? I really just want story time. Well, it's supposed to, but we're still having a really hard time to get people to like bring new viewers in. And as I've said before on this, that we want to play games to bring in new viewers, which sometimes it works. Like some Saturdays we bring in a lot of new viewers playing random games. But our community actually like doesn't watch it. And what I think is really interesting, Muxy just released some new analytics and they've been really fun to look at. You
like numbers.
I do like numbers and I like theorizing about things.
Thanks
I
for the follow.
I always love to. Oh, thank you,
Michael.
Mikkel.
Oh, I think it's OAS. OAS.
Mike Los.
Oh, that's probably right.
Mike Los.
Thanks so much.
What's up, Mike? And Apex Unicorn. Thank you both for that follow.
The top breed of unicorn.
The absolute top of the unicorn chain. The Apex Unicorn. Thank you for that follow.
It's great.
No, Trogath, the lack of new subscribers here in Gauntlet didn't upset me because we didn't have new viewers, and I don't expect new subscribers when we don't have new viewers.
Because you were doing a great job of taking people who watch and making it into subscribers.
So our follower to subscriber rate is one of the absolute highest I've ever seen.
Yeah.
On average, it's 6-to-1. On average, except for big events. Big events, it skews it a little bit, but on average, it's 6-to-1. Overall, we're like 11.5 to 12-to-1, so that's still extremely high. And if you count those first charity strives and the Necropolis event and stuff, that's a huge. It's a huge thing.
Yeah, thanks for the resub. I saw that.
Okay, so Muxy released some new stats that are really interesting. They dive into our follower analytics, and I'm fascinated by it. Some things are like, duh. What's up, Trail88? Testing, we see you. Salvador, I already mentioned I'm not going to talk about it tonight. So the what was I say? So the follower analytics are really interesting because it's showing me what other people who follow our channel are also watching and how many hours they spend watching.
Okay.
It shows me how many followers have logged in the last 30 days and the last 24 hours.
Wow, that's a lot of data.
What other things our followers are watching, what other game categories. Here's what I find the most interesting. So obviously our #1 correlation is with Geek and Sundry. But luckily our followers do watch double the amount of hours that they do that channel. So that's good for us. But more of our followers watch Geek and Sundry than watch this channel.
Really?
So we have double the amount of hours, but about 300 more followers on average watch Geek and Sundry instead. But that doesn't upset me because hours watched is double. So I was like, fuck, that's awesome. That's really great. Especially if you factor in how many I know go over on Thursday nights. The other thing that was really cool.
Thank you, Salvador, for just listening to directions. That's amazing.
Oh, yeah, no problem. I just already said it. I just don't want to get into that political shit.
Yeah, but I just want to
One day I will. One day I will, but you'll know when that day is. It's when I won't get in trouble for doing so. So when I'm no longer legally liable for doing so. So the other really interesting one I saw was after Geek and Sundry, who do you think was the next person that they watched the most of? Our followers. Take a guess. Who do you think?
I want to say it's a big name, but I don't know enough big names. Skin Teeth? Skin Teen? I like Skin Teen.
No, way at the bottom, like 45 people down.
I have no idea.
Co-Carnage.
Who's that?
Co-Carnage is a really big game streamer.
Oh.
He plays a lot of big and new games. What I found really interesting about that statistic is that our viewers are watching people play games.
So we should be playing games.
Just not us. No. This proves my overall point that I made when I first started the channel was that we're never going to play games as well as people who are pro people that play games. For people who only play games all the time, we're not going to be as, like, good at it. But what we can do better is role-playing games. So part of the reason we do large production shows is because no one else can do them, and we can do them better than anyone else. So if you're watching games, you're probably going to go watch somebody. Yeah, Co-Carnage is a great dude. He's a really great guy.
We're not saying he's not a good dude. It's just that we are him.
It's interesting data, and I like having this data. A lot of the data that it gave me, I was like, ooh, this is all great. I love all of this. This is wonderful.
Like, I love hearing what you guys like. That's one of my favorite things when people tell me what they're excited about. So, like, right now, everyone telling me what you like to watch, that's cool for me.
Yeah.
It's different data than you. Because you are like, your mind is, how can I pull, like, you got a different mindset than me because I'm not in charge of a company.
Right. We have to take into account a lot of things. And it's interesting. Mm-hmm. It's interesting. Okay. Krellin wants to have a story about the fair. And we're going to mix them together and say a story about the fair and Fudge. Tell us about working at the fair with Fudge.
Well.
No, okay, let me clear this up. Thank you, Chronos631. Let me clear this up really quick for everybody. Trogaf, I am not able to see what individual viewers watch. Now, granted, when you're logged into Twitch, anyone can technically see what you're watching at that current moment.
Yep. Joe's live, thanks.
This data doesn't show individual viewers and what they're watching. It shows a culmination of everything. That's what it is. Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. So, what can I tell you about the Fudge Fair? A rodeo clown asked us for fudge, and he had the most thickest accent I've ever heard. It was like comically.
I thought you were going to say Commedia.
No.
And I was like, oh, well, he did go to that school, most likely.
No, comically, like, Southern. To a point where it's like, I didn't realize.
Like what kind of Southern?
I couldn't even replicate it. It was just so fascinating sitting there making creamsicle
like
fudge.
Louisiana Southern, Texas Southern.
Again.
There's big differences.
My ignorance is so large, dude. That's what I realized.
You know, the truer words have never been spoken.
Like, no joke. Like, now that I have access to so many people from different locations, I'm only realizing how much I don't know. Like, in these last couple months, literally, I feel like I know nothing. Because I know so many people from the internet, from so many different places, that I feel like my viewpoint is such a piece of sand in a desert.
So what we need to do is find an anime about
everything
living in the South.
Yeah.
So then you'll be able to differentiate the accents of the people they hire from Hollywood that always do animes, doing their best impersonations of people from the South. Yeah.
Like, it was just, I'm trying to think of another one. I got really good at making fudge. So if you guys don't know the process of how we make fudge, pouring a bunch of different kinds of sugar. There's 4 different kinds of sugar in a kettle. Mm-hmm. Adding half and half. Stirring it until it boils. Pouring it on a table.
Okay.
And then stirring it on the table, not in a pan. We don't do pan fudge. Until it sets up. And what that does is it creates a creamy mixture. Favorite fudge of the fair to date is strawberry shortcake, where we melt strawberries and golden Oreos in. That's delicious. And Java chip, which is, I'm the Java chip queen right now. That is my jam, because it's coffee. And marshmallows, but mostly coffee. Least favorite is still Rocky Road. I hate the garbage fudge. That's what I call it, because marshmallows are garbage.
Marshmallows are garbage.
Unless they're in s'mores. Mini marshmallows are garbage. There we go. I will say mini marshmallows that are bigger than Lucky Charms are garbage. I'm yucking that shit. You were saying a much different Claudia than usual. I'm trying to like...
I am?
A little bit. I'm not yelling. I have not touched the wand since I've been here.
I don't... You even bringing attention to that as if I'm supposed to congratulate you for doing so.
You are.
I'm not supposed to. You're a human being.
I live off...
Who has self-control.
I don't know, dude. I live off people telling me I'm doing a good job.
Well, why are you working for me?
That's a good question. I'm teasing.
I do not
You
do
don't.
that.
You definitely don't.
I am the disapproving father for all of the ages, in that when I finally do say you're doing a good job, you'll know it fucking means something.
I think it's also... There's a little bit of that if we go really deep into my psychology. My father is such an important figure in my life that I want every adult male to tell me I'm doing a good job.
I mean, honestly, I'm driven by the exact same thing.
Yeah, like...
I spent my entire life never being told I was doing a good enough job, so every single thing, my entire personality as it is now is to try to impress someone that's no longer... like looking for me to impress them and is now going like, whoa, 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 you need to learn how to take breaks and take vacations. I'm like, you did this to me! You did this! You did this!
I think we had opposite upbringings where I was...
Right, but we were both looking for approval.
Oh yeah, but mine was, you gave it to me once, now I never want to not have it. And I'm now at that point in my life where there's not someone constantly telling me I'm doing a good job. And now I have to realize that like, I have to tell myself I'm doing a good job.
Yeah, I got so used to no one ever saying I'm doing a good job. Now that when people do, I find them insincere. And I'm like, don't do that. Why would you tell me that? I'll tell myself when I'm doing a good job. I'm doing this for me. Except for that part of my deep
where you want it, but you don't want it.
No, I don't want it from anyone, honestly. Except for one person. And I got it a couple of years ago.
Yeah?
And I was like, what do I do with this information? How do I handle myself now? Why did I go through years of psychological torment that I can no longer reverse within just hearing this phrase? Like, I can't just flip that switch off.
You can't.
I can't just flip that
You
switch
can't.
off.
So that's what my, like, we have very different viewpoints of like, I'm trying to figure out how to love myself in a different way than you're trying to figure out how to love yourself.
I don't care if I love myself.
I definitely care how to love myself.
Yeah.
I mean, like, guys, you telling me I'm doing a good job. Like,
Good job, Zach.
I like this white rabbit.
You like White Wabbit?
I do.
See, there's things I would tell you to never say as a, like, just as understanding how the internet works here. Don't say that you like White Wabbit.
No, here's the thing.
Just don't encourage
No,
it.
no, 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 I'm gonna say something.
Oh, God.
I might not. I thought I was allowed to be honest.
Yeah, you know, go for it.
Okay. I like the sass and energy that White Rabbit brings to the group. He starts things. You need someone to push the boulder down the hill. What does White Rabbit do? Push the boulder down the hill.
No, White Rabbit pisses on a boulder that's already crumbled at the bottom of the hill. That's what White Rabbit does. He writes his name in the dust.
Different viewpoints. Whatever. Oh, Hutch Internet. You're wrong. No, you're not, but I believe you're wrong. I'll get to your next question.
Alright. Alright.
Meh. Meh. Meh.
Alright, I'm getting back to the top here.
Yeah, please do.
Krellin wants me to admit that I like Claudia. Krellin,
Don't
would
tell me what to
Claudia
do.
be on this show if I disliked her?
No.
Would Claudia be on this network if I disliked her? No.
No. Oh, dude.
You don't need my validation, Krellin.
I was actually
And you don't either.
No, well, I do actually, but legitimately, I was surprised because I was pulled at the last minute because somebody quit the show and Lauren said I had a friend.
Claudia, who is your BAE of the day?
Oh, God. I have not planned a Bay of the Day in so long. It's probably going to be David from D4, which is, if you want to play a QuickTime game, go play D4 right now. It is 2 episodes.
I actually really like D4. That's a great game.
It's a great game
great
because
game.
it's so ridiculous and the quick times actually help the flow of the game. Well, some quick times don't make sense to the gameplay. I felt like it was good.
Yeah.
I felt like it was really, really good. I'm not done with it yet. We're playing it. Hey, Jellyfield.
Snowy Noe wants to know where Corp News is heading. Well, the right person to ask for that question to is Rai Rai, but I like where it's heading.
Dude.
I like that there's writing and there's role playing. We've got new members signing up. This is what we wanted. We wanted like a new take on the system. Thank you.
Thank you,
Narnia
Snus.
Narnia
Snus. Here's, you know what?
Narnia Snus.
Narnia Snus.
That's my favorite name of the day so far. Narnia Snus. Just fun to say.
I will say this. Rai sent the IMFAC an email about what is happening with the PR statements, and as a team, we're trying to get that in there. So,
Overlord, you are a brilliant, fluffy troll.
that's probably true.
Okay. Extremely fluffy.
I wouldn't say extremely.
Yep, so fluffy.
But thank you, Demi.
But I really like where Rai's taking the metagame.
Yeah.
Rai in a suit is creepy, but he's bringing a lot to it. He's working really hard on it. He's spending a lot of time writing the role playing and working with the corporations to add some excitement into it. And there's more changes coming to the metagame. There's more things that are going to be added, more things for you to be able to do. Ultimately, we've taken a lot of feedback over the last couple months, and Rai has taken over the ship to make sure that shit gets done. And I'm really glad that he is, and it's immediately improving. So thank you, Rai, for working really hard on that.
Can we talk about how great Rai is? Like,
No, he's still here. No.
Can I give 5? Rai, you are great. If you were up, no, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say because it didn't make any sense.
Okay.
The weirdest thing is that we found the Bizarro World version of me and hired him.
Well, yeah.
That's the weirdest thing.
No, Small Fry, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You gotta do you. You shouldn't, like,
Don't
we
worry
would
about
like
it.
you in
It's
it.
a constantly running metagame. Like, that's the thing. You can jump in and out whenever the hell you want.
Yeah.
That's why it's cool.
You put your foot in,
You
and
don't
then you
have
put
to,
your
like,
foot
open
out.
it up and have system specs and everything else, or you can just jump in and jump the fuck out. It's great.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep moving on.
I'm ruining everything. That's probably true. I'll just straight up say that. It's probably true.
Claudia, why did you choose to teach math? Or was it just the teaching job that was open? Would you
No.
have preferred to teach something else?
I love math. I
You like
loved math.
What is it about math that you like?
I think I liked that there was no, like, you got an answer. There was a procedural way to get an answer. And with a world that is so gray, it is nice to have a clear answer. Because so much of what the world is how much somebody likes you. I can write an essay and get an A on it, it could be shit. But if the teacher likes me, I will get that A. Math, you had to show your work and get a result based on a series of procedures. I liked those procedures. Those procedures made sense to me. The reason why I wanted to teach was because I wanted to help people, and in middle school and in high school, I was able to finish my work and then help others. And I thought, this is what I want to do with my life. I want to help others feel success like I feel success. Didn't work because lots of things, but it's something I'd like to do.
I think it's interesting. It's another example of you and I being completely opposite ends of people on a spectrum, and that math to me is like the devil.
Okay.
Because it's so rigid and it's like a universal language, and I typically hate language that is not, as much as I get frustrated. Okay, so there's all sorts of frustration. Imagine if we were able to communicate with the chat room in mathematics.
Yeah.
There would be one answer, and there wouldn't be so many misconstrued things. People that type things in chat wouldn't be like, whoa, context, I didn't mean it that way.
Right.
Like, working on the internet, so many things are taken out of context. Things that you say get clipped and taken away and put somewhere else with different meaning behind it. And it sucks, and I get mad about it all the time because people will write me messages about how you were so mean when you did this or you did that. And it's like, that was not my intention or
Right.
the context of the situation. You're not looking at the bigger picture around what that statement was, but they take something out and they put their own meaning to it, whereas math would be like, no, there's one answer.
Yep.
And that is the answer. And I understand the allure of that. And I understand that, like, but the artist in me hates it and doesn't
Sure.
understand it.
Sure.
And I'm not very good with language either. I'm actually not very good with language at all.
I don't know if you noticed, but I have real trouble capturing words. Like, I
But that's
struggle
weird
with
because
that.
it's very similar to math. It's like a similar part of the brain with how it's like forming
I would
its resolution.
say that.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I just, me personally, I don't know if you guys know this, but I struggle with finding the correct word. Like, so many times. And even with math, I forget things a lot. And Google has been my best friend because I can say, how do I? And then I just put in a certain, like, the math words from the textbook, and then I can find the procedure. It just, I feel legitimately bad that people are struggling with math. Because that is something that
I mean, I literally took
I'm getting used to the
4
term.
semesters of not even college algebra. It was contemporary math. It took
Okay.
me 4 semesters to pass it because in high school I went to bullshit school out in the middle of fucking nowhere. I was never once. Hey!
Claudia is Zach, a BAE of the day. Also Zach, well done. Yeah, done good.
Cool, thanks.
I mean, you know what? Like, Zach is someone's Bay of the Day.
I'm Kaiju's Bay of the Day.
I heard the jangly, and I didn't get to see a dog.
He was here.
Yeah.
He today decided he was going to chew. We taped a electrical cord for the fan against the wall after he repaired it once.
Did he chew that?
After he did it. This time he decided to actually tear the cord out of the back of the fan directly where it goes in after taping it to the wall. Thwarted him. So
yes, they did.
Basically,
manga textbooks helped.
Yeah. Basically, I'm extremely. Oh, thanks for those. Let's see if they all fall in.
I hear the little dingle dangle. Oh, we have a little glass.
We have a little glass up there. They'll come flying in.
That's cute. That's cute.
But I could never understand it, and part of it was because it was so rigid, and my brain doesn't work with formulas at all because of my dyslexia, and I can't. It's always backwards.
Yeah.
But I liked art because it gave me a symbolic way to communicate with language.
Oh yeah.
It gave me a way to allow someone to interpret language as they see fit, and it was my job to come to some sort of way for them to interpret it that challenged them or got them to think about things differently. And what always fascinated me was how two people would never come to the same resolution, which ultimately language is the same way.
Yeah.
Like, love is a word that's different for every single person that says it. And no two people in the world have the same definition of it in their brain based on their personal experiences with the word itself. So, I think that's really interesting. I find it fascinating.
No, I mean, totally. Like, art gets to be that way.
Yeah.
And I think it's funny because while I was studying to be a teacher in mathematics, I talked a lot about, like, students who were English as a second language actually find safety in math because math might be similar. Numbers, they use the same kind of number system. And it's just where you feel the safest. And so much of the hatred that comes with math is, one, our culture is very anti-math.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I can, like, just now I said, I'm a math teacher, and 40 people said, I hate math.
Yeah.
Our language, our society is so math hatred that students who are 10 come to me and say, I hate math. I'm like, you don't even know what math is. And second, it's also acceptable to be bad at math in our culture. We never say you can't read, but we can say you don't have to do math. And those two things combined make it very hard.
I don't need math.
No, you literally don't.
I do need to know how to read though. So I can see the struggle there. But like, okay, I use geometry a lot in my job. Yeah. And I do actually understand geometry because I can visualize it.
Yes.
And I use that a lot in my job with like ratios of lighting, different camera lens widths and how they relate to each other and all that kind of stuff. And so I use it a lot in that job, but I definitely don't use math in any other way, shape, or form, ever.
It's totally fine.
Okay, so Tahoods asks, can we get your opinion on player character bleed as with what happened with Bronze, and how are we going to try and change things so things like that don't happen again? There's one simple way to keep things like that happening again. Don't be a dick.
Oh, yeah.
Live by that one rule. Just don't be a dick. It's okay to not like something. And I've always said that, like, it's fine to not like something, but understand that we're creating entertainment here. And I know when you get really emotionally attached to something, like if there's a show you really love, and say it's Game of Bones or whatever, and somebody gets killed off, and you don't like the character that did it, you're like, oh, fuck that character. Fuck, I hate that character, and I hope they die. Difference is that person isn't watching what you're saying in that moment.
Yeah.
And I think I understand that you guys are really passionate and that you get really excited. And we love that you're passionate. We love that you like the game so much and the show so much that you're having these intense conversations about it. But just remember that someone is watching, and ask yourself, would this, if I was that person and I saw this in a public chat room of somebody talking about me, how would it make me feel? So always remember that. Don't be a dick. Always ask yourself, how would I feel if somebody else said something about me like that? And my general rule for all forms of being out in public with this kind of stuff is you can talk shit on yourself, you can belittle yourself, but when you start belittling others and their actions and what they do, you better be ready to go to bat for those opinions because like it hurts people's feelings. So
Yeah.
So whatever. You're allowed to not like the character.
Oh yeah.
But saying the character should die and all this other kind of stuff, it's like that's also really stupid because to think that that character's doing anything that's not like suggested by the entire group as a good idea. I mean, it would be pretty boring to have a show where everyone agreed all the time and everything went super well and super smoothly.
Oh yeah.
It'd be pretty fucking boring.
Oh yeah.
Nobody wants to watch that. It might be fun to play that, but it'd be stupid to watch it.
I mean, even in the beginning of me doing Corpse Sins, people would be like, why did Fang do that? And I was like, because that's what she did. It's a game. And like, I took a lot of, like, I felt very, not attacked, but I was like, someone doesn't like me. And it sucks. But like, also...
The more you're online too, the more you're gonna have to get used to it.
Yeah.
It sucks, but you'll grow a thick skin. We have a really protective community, so in some ways, we're not very,
I mean, I'm growing it. It's a slow grow, but like, honestly, I would never have done streaming because I'm so, like, I will say that working with Felicia taught me a lot about having a thick skin and just dealing with, like, internet hatred and people who have different opinions than you, and knowing what to take, knowing what to see and be like, that is a valid opinion that I can grow from, and then seeing other things and going, well, fuck that person. Yeah. I don't value their opinion because they're just being an asshole. So ignore it. I think that's the opposite of me. I think every single person is a value to society.
No, I mean their comments.
Oh.
Like if you're reading a chat room and somebody says something that's hateful just for hateful sake, or they're just saying something because they're upset, understanding that context of it, like, I don't have to listen to them. I can be like, well, I disagree with you and I'm not going to listen to a fucking thing you say, and you move on from it. Luckily we don't have as many viewers that I don't have to see as much people posting really hateful shit about me as I used to, but I've seen my fair share of people just straight up hating me, which is expected because I'm voicing my opinions on the internet.
You are a very vocal person about your opinions.
That's very true. So
and that
I get it back.
People be vocal against you.
Exactly.
Where I'm just like, just to let you guys know, I am ignorant and I accept that ignorance.
Small Fry 417, I actually disagree with that. I saw some other people in the chat room today saying like, if this wasn't a female character, would we still be having this conversation or stuff like that? I completely disagree with that with our community because I know for a fact that I've gotten more hatred than anyone else on that show based on the comments in the chat room and the private messages that I've gotten and other things like that, especially in the first 3 to 4 episodes. And Scott got a lot too when he would do things. I think we're giving more attention to it maybe because you all are being overprotective of Bronze, and I think that's kind of the flip side of it. You're being overprotective of her, which is kind of a reverse kind of thing where it's like, she can take care of herself, she's extremely tough, and she did take care of herself, and she's fine. Yeah. So we also shouldn't feel the need to protect Bronze. She's a tough person and handles herself extremely well. Now, on Critical Role, that's a different story. I know for a fact that Marisha gets more shit than anyone else in the group. That I know, but this is different.
Yeah, small versus. Yeah. Someone pointed out that there's a difference between a person like, and it's fun because I legitimately sometimes, as my character on Corpse Sins, make bad choices because I know that's gonna be more fun to watch. Like, and we have to, because otherwise it gets boring. Like as a table of improvers, like me and Tony make terrible mistakes, and a little bit is because Fang would do that choice. And a little bit is also because we need stuff to happen. We can't be perfect.
No, you can't. No. Nobody is. Fucking nobody says there are.
That would be. See, here's the thing: if you are perfect all the time, you are gonna be boring to hang out with. Straight up. No offense to anyone who's perfect right now, but if you are 100% perfect.
All right, we're getting back.
You gotta have at least one character flaw.
So basically, on the overall topic of character and player bleed or whatever, don't be a dick. That's what I like to say.
F you, Zach, but deep down I seriously like you. #Sador-Crub.
And Vorak, I actually think you're pretty swell. You've done a lot for the community over the last 2 years. Oh, dude, Vorak is a fucking fighter. That's all I know about Vorak. I don't know much about Vorak personally, other than he had a really rough year last year. He supported us so much and the community, despite himself going through a ton of shit. He fought through it, and now he's still like a viewer, and he's still an audience. And Like, what people don't realize is I got a lot of letters last year from doing honesty hours and stuff, and people saying like all the shit I've been through and it inspires them, blah blah. But then there's people in the chat room like that who live through actual fucking real shit and get back to it, and that inspires me, is what I'm saying. You guys sent me stuff, but there's so many people in this community that fight through fucking shit that's really, really tough. And that inspires me. LD Bean, thank you for that follow.
And Vorak, what I just heard is that you're a baller. So thanks for existing.
Okay. So getting back. Sorry, my Discord keeps like.
It's cool. I do that all the time.
Krellin asks Zach, can we get some no, No.
Don't have time.
It's
Don't have time.
Thing.
Oh,
it's
hey,
a thing.
No,
we're working on improving the shows you guys gripe about. That's what we're working on.
Thanks, Dearest 9.
We're putting out weekly highlight reels.
That's a lot of work. You do, yeah. Like, one day you will get your commercials. It's
or
on the
maybe
list.
not.
Or maybe not.
Because we can't afford to hire someone to do it, so that's how business works.
Trogaff, how long has this channel been going? I think it's been 6 or 7 months. You could have subscribed a little bit early, but 6 or 7 months.
Claudia, do you have any great ideas on how to improve things?
I mean, one of my ideas, I have a lot of really dumb ideas. One of them is do a game show where teams do menial tasks, like putting together IKEA furniture. That's the only one I have, but I think it'd be a hilarious
To improve things?
No, just like I would like to see.
Here's how you fix the channel.
People that you know doing game show like things, but with stupid things like going to the store and trying to buy cake mix as fast as possible and getting back here. Like dumb things that people do every day, but I'd like to see them do that in a game show like setting. I really want to have a monthly hangout here on a Saturday night.
We're trying.
We're trying. I said that idea months ago, but I didn't have enough confidence in it to try to push it.
No, we're trying. That's why we did the barbecue and stuff.
Yeah.
And the thing is, why it's tough is
we talked about it so much late night teletop.
Yeah.
So much at PAX.
The reason it's tough is I already work everybody here way more than I'm legally allowed to.
Yeah, we're here on the weekend.
And I try to not ask them to come in on the weekends if at all possible.
They're gonna come in on the weekends.
And we're here this weekend doing some stuff. But if I come stream on a Saturday, I try to do that by myself because I'm already asking so much out of these guys. So it's I want to do more stuff like that, but we can't ever cancel our regular programming because then it messes with stuff.
You can't do that.
So to do other stuff, it's extra work.
Yeah.
So it's that balance of how far we can push everybody before they're like, oh my fucking god, I quit, I'm out.
Yeah. Well,
Which, we've already lost 2 people, so it's kind of it's a hard job. It's fucking hard.
I really wish there was a way,
everybody.
because when I was doing Rabbit Stew, I was like, man.
I shouldn't say that stuff because everybody always tries to coddle us. I'm like, don't do that. I'm just saying it.
We're just saying it.
Yeah.
So I was on Rabbit Stew. I loved Rabbit Stew. I worked not as hard as you guys, but reasonably hard on Rabbit Stew. I tried to do all my homework ahead of time. I always tried to show up early. I was bummed that I couldn't help out more. And that's kind of the feeling that happens around here. Is that, for me personally, I see people who are working hard and I'm like, well, I'm not working hard. I want to work hard, which is what you foster. But in the same way, I can totally see why you are worried about overburning people. Mm-hmm. So I literally have no skills in this. I don't know how to edit. Well, okay, I've edited AMV in my time. Don't ever Google it. It's awful. I used Microsoft Movie Maker, and I'm pretty sure there's at least one star wipe. I have no Photoshop skills. Mm-hmm. I have literally no talents to help you with. All I can do is be a face. And an average face at that, because I don't even remember all the lines. Static the White Wolf, you have to send me your address. I have to send you fudge.
All right, so
you're not gonna be able to find it. Screw you guys.
I like this question. What is the one thing you wish the parents of your students knew?
One thing I wish that even if your student fails, it doesn't mean they're a failure.
I wish my parents would gave or had that words, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I wish my parents knew that growing up.
Because
they put me in remedial studies.
No, I had kids who would I had this one kid, and I will not say his name because I'm not supposed to, But he worked with me 5 days after school, an hour each day. And after that, because he had such a lack of concept of Algebra 1 or algebra before Algebra 1, he did not improve. And it's so hard to look at the kid and say, you are not a failure when their grades say that they're a failure. And like, that was the hardest part, I think, for me, is that like, yeah, failure shows what you need to work on, but imagine if you've done nothing but fail for 3 years.
Oh, I know exactly what that feels like. I'm the type of kid, when I was growing up, like, the educational system did not work for me.
No, and it doesn't work.
My brain wasn't built that way. They put me in remedial classes, they did all this stuff, and then when I got to high school, they're just like, oh, well, it was the kind of high school where it was like, just get them to graduate, just get them out.
I mean...
And it was funny, because out of like 45, 50 kids, I was like 36th in my class or something like that when I graduated.
Oh my God,
but I'm the only person that got a college degree and then a master's degree. And it's just like, I just needed to be in a place that tried to teach differently. Also in a place that would accept the fact that I like to learn on my own. I knew more than the people that I was in the classes with because I could build, I could do all these things, I could weld, I could build like computers and everything else. But when they put a test down in front of me, I went, well, I don't understand this shit. I'm dyslexic and I have bad short-term memory with this stuff, and like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do tests. And everything in our system was based on tests.
The only reason that I considered myself smart in high school was because I could do tests. Now, there's nothing testing me, and I don't feel smart anymore. And I don't, it's so different. Because I had a straight A complex. I know I have a 3.96 in high school, and the 2 classes I failed was ceramic. I got a B in ceramics, and got a B in driver's ed, and that is the reason why I'm not a valedictorian, and to this day, I still feel like a failure.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I got, because of those 2 Bs, I constantly look back, and I think I am not the best in my school. I did not do my best. And in college I realized that didn't really matter because I realized experiences was more important to me, and I joined a marching band, and I realized what do I want to get out of life, and then it changed a lot when I spent 70 hours a week trying to teach kids, and then those students not having the capability, and more so of there's a lot to it. But I quit teaching because of a mental breakdown in last March. And that's what's funny is right when I was having that breakdown of my life, I am literally worthless to society because I can't teach kids, Hyper came in. And Hyper was like, you are not the worst thing in the world. So that was great.
I mean, I understand that you've got to find your own way to convince yourself that you're not the worst thing in the world. But I can tell you, if you've ever turned on the news and you've ever paid attention to anything going on, hey, what's up, Maid Strike?
Come in for honesty time.
You have to understand deep down inside, you're not even close to the worst fucking thing in the world.
No!
In some ways, it's like you just want to shake you and be like, hey, stupid, you're not. Open your eyes, look around you.
Right, but
you're not punching people in the face and stealing babies off the street. You're fine. You're not a bad person.
No, but I think I just had something in my head, and I wasn't that thing that I was doing in my head. I had a dream of being a teacher since I was 13. After 12 years of studying and trying to do this, I realized I was not doing it. And so when you're at a point where you do 70 hours of work a week and there is no improvement and the classroom is getting worse, and then also students are threatening you at school and the principal is not doing anything about it because that would inhibit the students' learning, you have to leave. So that's why I am not teaching right now. I thought I should be honest about that.
Find your own path. I think you should too. I mean, it's the hardest step is admitting and then moving on, figuring it out.
Which is great because right now I'm living for fun. Have you ever lived for fun?
No.
It's ridiculous.
That sounds terrible to me.
Well, I'm in between knowing what my life is about, but right now it's I am not planning 10 years in the future. It's just what do I want to do? And I'm I don't know, Claudia. Because I'm okay. Oh, I'm on the internet. That's great. I like being on the internet. You mean Claudia isn't bang?
But okay, here's my only worry when you say a bunch of things like that in a sentence. You do realize they don't matter, right?
They do matter. They're people.
No. You know what I'm trying to say is you're forming a reality around strangers.
Yeah.
Like, you're saying, I like the internet because it gives me instant validation. Like,
oh, yeah.
Like, no, that's bad. A psychologist is going to tell you, like, what are you doing? Like, you're setting yourself up for some fucking heartache and failure in the future.
Sure,
like,
but right now I feel amazing.
All right, you know, kudos for that. But just be aware, like, they are...
Don't ever try drugs.
No joke. My dentist, when I got my tooth removed, was like, she is going to be an amazing drunk. And she is gonna be insane on drugs. And my mom told me not to do cocaine. So like that's the hard thing is like right now I have no goals. I have no dreams. And it's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. Just don't. They're great people. They will help. Some of them care a lot.
They do.
But at the end of the day, as far as what's real and what's not in your tangible kind of mind, you know, like, don't fall into that trap that so many online performers do where they get caught up in themselves and caught up into thinking that this is a reality because it's not. And there's a world around you that actually has operating laws and social rules and things that actually you have to be able to perform in a way that puts you in a place to be a part of that as well. And the internet can be really dangerous because, especially Twitch, because of the instant gratification.
I'm getting constant.
Because people start getting extremely full of themselves really fast, and you need perspective. Perspective is so fucking important.
Oh, believe me.
So important. Like, they will kiss your ass so much to get your attention. Don't listen to them. Keep remembering that you're kind of a piece of shit, but you're good. But you're kind of a piece of shit.
Believe me, I know.
Don't forget, like, find that balance.
Believe me, I'm trying to right now get a sub job. And after 2 months of asking for a letter of recommendation, both the people who are like, we like you as a person, are now like, yeah, write your own. Like, that is a punch to the face that I'm not even worth an hour of their time. Well, so, I like you guys.
I do too.
I like you guys. But, like, you're totally right. You guys are, like, right now my, like, IV drip of happiness because otherwise
Which is scary. Like, that's a scary situation to be in because they won't always be there.
No, that's what, like, I know I'm gonna, like...
And that's a hard thing to say, like, especially, like when they're
because
watching right now and you're super invested, but they won't always be there.
Oh, yeah.
And if you build yourself up on that... Hey, Sally! Thank you for that subscription.
That's
very much appreciated. We are now 2 subscribers away from a Steam Key giveaway. For anyone that's watching that might be new, this is Hyper RPG. We're a hyperactive, interactive, community-driven channel built by you for you. Wednesday nights is the time that we do Honesty Hour. And on Honesty Hour, we talk to you guys. We have a conversation. It's a way that we all get to know each other better, to have fun with each other, and it gets dark sometimes. That's just the way
that's
it is.
what just happened right here where I talked about how my life is a pool of nothingness without the internet currently.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of dark, but it's also kind of expected.
Ah, more dancing!
Subscriber.
I hope you're dancing at home.
You can use a credit card to subscribe, I believe. It's
PayPal's
through Twitch. It's through Twitch. I don't know. Thank you for subscribing. Very much appreciated. We are now 1 subscriber away from a Steam Key giveaway. Thank you for that. We really do appreciate it. Now I know I just threw you guys under a bus. Well, I know I did that, but I just don't want. I do think that you, as a person, have a lot more to offer to society than acting crazy on the internet.
Yeah.
No, you do. You do. And I think that one of the dangers a lot of people fall into with this kind of stuff is it gives them an immediate, like, high, that immediate satisfaction.
I'll message you later today. I message you on Discord, but I'll try to message you somewhere else.
And just don't let it get to your head because it can be dangerous. It can lead to scary places because...
Oh, yeah.
You know, it lacks perspective. It's weird.
No joke, when I started to do Twitch, like after like teaching fell under the bus, I was like, well, Twitch is now my life. I spent like 2 months thinking that this was my new career, this is my new choice. And now I'm realizing that, like, that's not possible. Twitch is not going to live forever. This is not going to last forever. And, like, I love Twitch, and you guys are great, and you guys are an amazing, like, community.
We have a great community. Where
I feel safe, and I can start rebuilding who I am as a person. But I can't, like, expect everything to be amazing because of this. Like, I have to, like, go out there and figure out what I'm gonna do with my life. And, like, yes, this will be a large part of it, but, like, will it be a part of it when I'm 60 or 70?
No.
Probably not, right?
No, and hopefully you'll grow to a point someday where you're like, I don't need that. And it can exist, and it can be an outlet, but needing something like gratification on the internet is a scary place to be in because it'll send you to dark places where you're looking for validation. And the thing is, the internet's also a place that gets bored really fast.
Oh, yeah.
They get bored extremely quick. So if you start basing it on that validation, you stop getting it really quickly after you've gotten it a little bit. And then you have to get a little bit more intense, and a little bit more over the top, and a little bit more like, oh my god, I love you guys so much, you know, and it's a never-ending cycle that can be really dangerous.
Well, like, here's the thing to hoods, like, I don't know if teaching is going to be what I want. I don't know that after how...
Steam key! Get that Steam key giveaway!
Ryan, are you going to do that? Ride the Steam key guy. I first went out of dance moves halfway through the song. Dude, nice job. Nice job.
Thank you for subscribing.
Yep. Baller.
I love getting subscribers. Even though we make almost no money off subscribers, what I love about it is that like feeling of like, yo, represent. I got that badge. I'm a part of this.
We want you to be a part of this.
I just told you all you're worth nothing, but I'm like, fuck yeah, let's be a community.
Email me
we're a community. We're together. And
then we're just like, no, be expected to live without them, but be a part of them now. Thanks, Baka Nerd.
It's a balance. You know what I mean?
Hey, our winner is the book snail.
The book snail! Congratulations, the book snail.
It's a lucky day. It's a lucky day.
No, all what I'm trying to say is I've seen it happen to a lot of people. I have a lot of friends that fell into that trap, especially in LA. It would be like the littlest bit, and they'd run with it. Just because what you're telling me when you say all that, what you're telling me is when we canceled Rabbit Stew, it threw you down in a hole.
It did.
Like you're saying that out loud, basically. So it's kind of like, and that's what I mean. It's like as a company that is like operating in these different ways, that's a dangerous position.
No, would you want me to tell you how? Oh my! Ow! Hey man, it's fine. That's what they want, though. They want admin. There was a lot of time where I was like, man, Hyper doesn't want to do Rabbit Stew anymore. I must be a piece of shit. And I went through that for like a week, and then we talked, and I was like, man, Hyper RPG can't have Rabbit Stew because Rabbit Stew is a slowly sinking ship.
Yeah, like you can't put that on you. Like in some ways that's self-important because you're saying I don't matter, but I matter so much. This is all about me.
Oh yeah.
Like
I mean, there was a little bit of
back.
Dude, there was a little bit of selfishness. Like there is still like there's always a small part of your brain that thinks you are the center of the universe.
I agree with you, and I think it's our job as good human beings to constantly be asking those kinds of questions and stepping outside of yourself, looking at the world around you, and asking how do you relate to the rest of it.
I mean, yeah.
Constantly.
Like, that's what I had to do to figure out that I wasn't the reason that Rabbit Stew was gone. Like, I literally sat down and thought, how much money are they spending on Rabbit Stew? How much time? Oh, yeah!
No.
Did we have another one?
No, okay.
Here is a tenner for some relief after all that dancing, Zach.
Thank you. I need that.
Oh no, make it stop!
But like, it's so hard to not be selfish when people are telling you you're doing an amazing job all the time.
No, it is really easy not to.
Ah!
Fuck! Okay, my side.
You need a switch.
No, we're good. Here, yeah, you good. Okay, you got the top now. You're okay. Cardiovascular workout. Fuck! What? No! Okay.
Claudia, the wise man, once
Why are they
told
timing
me
him up
you
like
have to
that?
Work hard to find what makes you happy and go out and achieve your bliss. Also, Zach, if the corporations go out and make their own advertisement videos, would you play them then?
Yes.
#Evo.
Yes, if the corporations made... If the corporations went out and made their own commercials, it's up to Rai as the game master on how you... Fuck you!
Subscriber.
You are tired.
I have issues.
Yes, we all have issues. You're almost broken all the time.
I am broken. I am literally broken. I am 100% broken.
Like, as much as like a great person you are, and you're actually a really great person, like, I want to say, this is gonna sound really selfish. I am not broken. I could take that into my heart and remember that even while Zach is an amazing person to look up to and want to become, I am not broken.
You're basically slamming disabled people right now.
Oh no.
I'm like technically disabled.
Oh! We
So
can talk
you
about
were just like on the internet, you just said, at least I'm not disabled.
Well, no, it's like something to be happy. Like,
Yeah, you should be happy. You're not disabled. This is a great conversation.
like this is.
Thank you for that.
But like, you also need to yell at me because that is true. But like, I can say like while I don't have dreams and I don't have goals in life, like there's one thing that's kind of okay in my life. I don't know. Like, first stretch anyway.
No, fuck you, low dirt. No,
I love it.
No, come on.
How many subs do we have? You're a way better answer than me. Oh, wait, what? What?
Is this the right button for the humble bundle?
Jakidash says, yes it is, I bought mine. Like, again, this is a good thing about the internet. They let me know when I'm being stupid and ignorant. Because sometimes...
Whoa, Zach, sit down. It's just a donation. #Neonut, #hash browns.
Like, no, but like this is good for me. So, Okay.
Hey, Zach, you look tired. You should sleep more.
I mean, that's fair, but...
Who made that donation? No. No.
Okay.
Money.
God damn it.
Money.
Okay.
Are we gonna talk about how I'm... Moral of the story is my world is so small. Thank you for expanding my world.
That is true. If there's anything good, okay. What I will say...
Because, like, here's the thing.
This is a double-edged sword.
Because...
It can be the most amazing growth and learning experience you've ever had in your life, but it can also severely fuck you up and make you feel extremely self-important.
Yeah, that's literally, like, that's what I love about it. It's because someone pointed out that, like, I don't know who it was or where it was, but I realized, like, through hanging out with this community, that my culture is very American and I do not understand other cultures.
Yes. I would safely say you've lived a shelter life.
Oh, for surezies.
Yeah.
Even using the word for surezies. But like even just now, I didn't realize that like I was bashing on others by saying that sentence.
Right.
And that is so important to me that you are letting me know that, because I need people to tell me that sometimes I'm a piece of crap.
It's not, no, okay, there's a difference. You're not trying.
No.
It's pure just not thinking about it.
It's cool. Claudia, we get what you
Yeah.
meant to say.
We all do.
#you Zach.
It's still nice.
From disabled
It's
people.
still nice to think about, because if I was...
No, it's true. Actually, I would say another person that's very similar to you that's come on the channel a couple times is Lisa, and I'm totally gonna throw her under the boat right
Oh,
now.
Rock Lisa?
Yeah, and that she'll sometimes say things, I'm like, I don't think she's got much, okay, I don't think she realized how that's gonna be taken on the internet. But
No.
go ahead, continue.
Yeah, continue.
Continue.
Like, and thank you guys, but like, also a lot of this is context. A lot of you understand that
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
a nice heart person.
We all know
but it's literally through this community that I realize how ignorant I am. And with like, because I don't know a lot, because I don't know on a map where all these people are from places that I don't know, and I don't know where the map is.
There isn't one. Somebody did ask me in Discord, what's the one analytic that they wish I had that I currently don't have access to? And
No,
it's age and sex.
I wonder how
We
many.
don't have that analytic.
I wonder how
Which
many
doesn't keep
females versus males are on Twitch. How's the finger? Getting any fingers? Peeling
Oh
back?
no,
any?
it's still dead. It's still dead.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's still dead.
Oh, good job,
Tingles
Jeremy.
every once in a while. Like if I cut my fingernail, there's like a tingle.
Ooh. So this is the thing.
Claudia, do you know Zach can't say my name also? Less than 3 Zach.
Oh, I wondered why I said shush. I usually don't check.
You usually don't check the names.
No, I usually do check the names. But when you were like, don't do this, I'm like, oh, obviously
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't do that thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's do some more questions.
We gotta get back to the Discord. People are yelling at us.
I mean, here's the thing. We're gonna be here forever. I only have to go to the fair tomorrow and work a 14-hour day.
Yeah, hey, I only have to be here and work a 16-hour day. Rock on. Let's do it.
Okay, wait, no, I'm not. I can't believe I just was trying to complain about how hard my
You
day
weren't.
is.
No, that's not what I was trying to do. I was
I know.
saying we got this. We got this. We're rocking it. Big deal.
Big deal. We got this.
Nearly 16 years since I had any friends.
Go to our Discord, say, hey, I want a friend. Someone will probably be nice to you.
Truth.
It's hard. It's hard to ask for friends. It really is. And I congratulate you for trying to do that, but you have to do the next step and ask for them and not just complain.
Or I mean, some people don't need them either.
That's
I'm
also
cool.
true.
I say that.
You have like 3 friends. At least. You probably have more, but I can
I
name
have
at
a lot
least
of
3.
acquaintances.
Malika is a friend.
Yeah, Malika's a friend. We hang out.
Probably someone from your hometown you consider a friend.
Oh God, no, not one.
Not even. Do you have a brother?
Not one. I have 2 brothers.
Do you consider those friends?
They're brothers.
Are-
Our family's interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think honestly, in like all honesty, I've got Alex and Malika. That's probably it. That's
Okay.
good enough for me. I'm a dog. Actually, he's kind of a piece of shit. Honestly. Okay, so moving back to some of these. Krellin wants to know if you could watch one anime ever, what would it be?
I said earlier I wasn't gonna try to answer a lot of anime questions because we do that a lot. What is it? Ask one.
Which one anime ever?
It's not Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop is so far not an anime. Like, it's such a different anime
He
that
wasn't asking that. The question was, what one would you watch?
Like,
you
me
just totally
forever.
didn't answer the question.
Like,
Yeah, one anime.
it would either be Oran High School Host Club or JoJo. Because JoJo's weird and Oran High School Host Club is hilarious.
All right.
It wouldn't be Cowboy Bebop because Cowboy Bebop is an unrealistic expectation of anime
What's your favorite cosplay?
that I've ever done.
Or just other people? What's your favorite thing to cosplay or other people cosplay?
My favorite cosplay that I've done. Oh God, I can't even. Like, it's gotta be like. Give me some time. I gotta think about this.
Did we give away that second Steam key,
Yes,
by
we
the
did.
way?
Oh, the second one? No, I saw the first one.
We have another Steam key to give away. Oh my god, thank you for that follow. Very much
Thank you,
appreciate
oh
it.
my god.
Yeah, we got, oh my god, there should be a second Steam key giveaway if anyone's still in the house. Okay, Claudia.
What?
Waffles or pancakes?
Which one can I put more butter on? Waffles.
Waffles.
You
there
can put
go.
butters in each of the holes. And pancakes get soggy.
Snowy knowing what Snowfire will ever like Ricky.
I cannot answer that question for you.
Guys, honesty time. Honesty time. I actually really like Ricky. And that's why I give him so much shit. Have you all not figured this out about me yet? You know this by now.
He hates the things he likes, because if he hates them first, you can't say bad about it.
See, I tolerate people, but if I'm mean to someone, then you know I actually
I
like them.
legitimately, like, some nights go to bed thinking, I think Zach hates me.
Then you know you're in the right place.
Yeah.
You're doing right. No, I like Ricky a lot. Ricky comes out, he volunteers for free, like no joke. Ricky shows up randomly to help out. He never complains. He has the weirdest things that he says, which keeps us all in the office on our toes.
He also accepts everybody in the office.
You say things like that about me. And then you wonder why I chew on everything you own and pee in your shoes.
He doesn't pee on my shoes.
What does
so
he pee on?
nice try impersonating Kaiju BB.
Maybe.
He just
Maybe
no, he
he-
actually like he always for the most part pees and shits outside. That he's great in that way. But he fucking chews on everything.
Sorry, Volpus. If you hate me enough that by saying I don't like pancakes as much as waffles,
Yeah, then fuck you.
that would
That's
not
what
say
she
that
said.
far. No,
that is what she said. That's what her brain thought. She read that and she went, "Oh, fuck you, bro," and then said, "You know what?
Let me tell you. I have just recently learned how to curse since I lost my job. Like I quit my job in March. It's been glorious just being like I literally sat there and be like, "Fuck you, game." And I was like, I can say that now. Children are not around me.
What do you think is Fang's greatest strength, and what do you think is her greatest weakness?
Fang's greatest strength is that she believes there's good in everyone.
What's her weakness?
Fang's greatest weakness is that she doesn't think before she acts.
Cool. That's a good answer.
To say Ricky was nice to me before I even knew who Ricky is, and that says so much about his character.
Zach is Claudia's truth line to translate. I'll be your anger translator.
Oh yeah. Anger is hard for me to express when it's not self-hatred. Good job, green-eyed trombonist. I hope you were ready for that battle.
What she really meant by that was, I read your comment that was in all caps, so I felt the need to address you over everyone else in the chat room. You're welcome.
Yes, if you guys didn't know, Claudia is not that good at acting. You tried to film something with me for like 3 hours, and eventually you just gave up. I realized that. By the way, thanks for like letting me and Nate hang out for like 2 hours that night.
That's true.
How do we unlock the ability for Claudia to play the little apple one? I was actually holding that up because I wanted you to come up with a reason. Is it 3 more subscribers?
And I think we're at 3 now. Yeah, 3.
3 more subscribers and we get to play the song. How long do you think Fang will run for until she becomes boring? Like, literally, like, we don't have permadeath in Shadowrun, and we will play our characters until they become boring.
If Mainframe 3 decides to join corporate life and ends up with the captain, will Fang be able to handle it?
One more time, I didn't listen.
If Mainframe 3 decides to join corporate life and ends up with the captain, will Fang be able to handle it?
Yeah, because it doesn't mean that Mainframe 3 won't be a part of her life. It just means she won't be a part of her running.
Claudia, how the heck do you say so positive and happy all the time? What is the joy that keeps your happy flame burning? What is your prime yum yum? I think we dug pretty deep into that.
I mean, I legitimately think that everyone is good. Like, even like when I read an article about like how somebody did horrible things, I try to think about like, what is what is something, like, even when someone's like a creep, I'm like, I bet that person just doesn't realize they're a creep yet.
Here, do you want to know what I honestly think about that?
What?
When I meet somebody like yourself, who comes off extremely strong with telling everyone outwardly how happy they are,
Yeah.
I immediately recognize that as overcompensation and that there's some serious things that you're working through with deep inner sadness because it's coming so strong.
Well, here's the thing. I live through media. If you sit me in a room without anime, without a book, without a comic book, I will spiral into sadness. Because literally, my joy comes from others.
You really can't handle being alone.
Like, in a car, without anything? Oh, no.
Wow. Wow. So you're like a puppy. You were literally like a puppy.
Yeah. Like, if you sit me in a room, I will only think about how terrible I am. Like, that is like... Yeah. Like, we're getting real here.
No,
like,
I mean, I could just... I'm wondering how deep I should dig. I should probably
as deep
stop
as
there.
you want to.
No, I don't want to break it down.
That would be too honest for Honesty Hour.
No, it's
we
not.
need part 2 Honesty
Again,
Hour.
only do things that you would do to yourself.
Yeah.
I'll break myself down.
No, like, it's
fair.
legitimately, like, sometimes I'm thinking, like, why am I sad today? I was like, well, I haven't looked at any media that makes me happy. Like, literally.
Do you think that doesn't sound like healing? That sounds like a Band-Aid. And
No, but here's the thing.
wound.
I've been like that since a child. I don't think I've ever had a
So
time.
it's just an essence of who you are.
Yeah, that's why I'm so easily excitable by things, is because something new is there and I can be excited for that thing.
Do you... Okay, here's the big question, because I don't believe anyone should be, at heart, the judge of their happiness except themselves. Mm-hmm. Do you find being like that fulfilling and happy, or do you want to change?
Here's the thing. I like being happy. I think I'm at a point where I would rather live in the ignorance of being happy by outward media than have to stare in and do like 2 or 3 years of therapy of trying to figure out happiness by itself. I would also like to like create happiness. Like I would like to like write and bring satisfaction to other people. Mm-hmm. But I haven't found a way to like, and like I like making other people happy. And that's why I kind of liked doing this, because I feel like it's my little way to give back to others.
I would immediately come back and be like, don't think of yourself as so important that you're giving back anything to them.
Fair enough. I guess I'm not.
Unless they actively tell you. If you start thinking you are, that's a dangerous place to go.
And maybe that's where people are like, hey, I enjoyed your stream today. What does that mean?
Well, they enjoyed your stream, and you can take pride in it. I think you can take pride in it. But if you start actively thinking you're giving them something, I think that's a dangerous place to go.
I have entertained them for 2 hours. That is what I can walk away with. I contributed a little bit to their world for 2 hours.
Which is a cool thing. It's
That's
really
nice,
cool thing.
because like that is something great. That makes me feel happy. At my last job where I wanted to teach, I wanted to bring happiness. I did not bring happiness.
I completely agree with you that like, and I'm playing devil's advocate on some of this stuff just to dig deeper. But I think, I agree that like, it's like when people complain about people who work for charity just to make themselves feel good. And I'm like, who the fuck cares they're working for charity? Like, if you're still doing good out in the world, who the fuck cares how you get off on it? You know what I mean? Like, if you're helping people, who cares? Because you're doing a lot better than the people who do nothing and sit on their thumb all day and act like, they matter in the world. Like, if you're actively making other people happy or you're doing some good, who the fuck cares?
You know what? I could call it stream. It's like hanging out. Literally, I will say this. Streaming with you guys means that I don't have to be with myself and my thoughts for like 3 hours.
What I like to say, why I like this kind of content, like these long form RPGs, their escape from the bullshit that sits right outside your window, which I think we all need sometimes. It's the same reason, I mean, I like certain forms of escapism media a lot. I mean, I'm a comic book fan.
Yeah.
Like, I love comic books. And it's some of the biggest form of escape whatsoever. Oh, fuck me!
Subscribe.
You're gonna feel that tomorrow.
Oh, I feel it right now. Not even tomorrow. I feel it right now.
Good job.
Right now.
Two more until the thing. 2 more until I actually turn that on.
Okay, so I'm playing devil's advocate a little bit.
Yeah,
but I do think it's important. I do think it's extremely important not to lose sight of the fact that let them tell you how much fun you're bringing them. Know deep down in your heart you want to make people laugh and all that good stuff. Just don't go to that place where you start thinking it's a responsibility and that they need you.
No, they definitely don't.
Some of them will tell you that they do.
But they definitely don't.
And that's also a scary thing when they start telling you that and you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, that's a scary place to be. I don't want that responsibility. I don't want that shit on me. That's heavy. That's heavy.
Yeah.
It's a heavy
I wouldn't,
place to be.
here's the thing. I don't want anyone to depend on me. That was the reason, I'm so bad at relationships because I'm so bad at people depending on me.
Damn.
Getting real.
Yeah. Why do you think you're... Okay, because you worded that in a really interesting way.
Yeah.
You're bad at people depending on you.
Yeah.
Like, that's a really interesting way to word that.
I personally feel like I let down people constantly. And so I leave a relationship before I ruin their lives. Because I personally think that I can let them down.
But I think even the way you worded that is, again, another, it's putting a lot of importance back on the self.
Oh, yeah. I am...
You're letting them... the way you word it is you're letting them, you're letting them be let down by you.
It's so interesting to get in my brain that I think I'm the most important person in the world and I also hate myself more than anyone else.
No, that makes perfect sense to me. I think that's a very extreme personality that you have.
Yeah, that's what I have.
That's usually how it works.
Where I am selfish and I think literally every action I do is the reason why people are having terrible times. And also that is literally it. I just think that I am ruining everyone's life.
It's a scary thing when you realize that most people aren't thinking about you a lot of the time.
Don't do that to me, dude.
I mean,
I've just started realizing that I'm selfish. That was a big thing. A year ago, I realized I'm selfish, and I was like, man, that sucks.
Yeah.
But I care about others too. I don't know if that's selfish, but I literally I see.
No, you obviously care a lot about other people's feelings. That's obvious. Sometimes it seems like it comes from that place though of you're caring about their feelings out of fear that they might not be 100% happy with you.
I mean, probably, yeah.
You know, I've seen you do that on stream. I've seen you do that with in a small group of, no, what am I doing to not make you happy right now? And it's kind of I have my own shit.
Yeah.
I'm doing my own thing.
Oh yeah, I've definitely gotten to the point where I bothered people so many times because I think that I literally can save you because you are sad and I think I can make you happier. And that's not true sometimes. Sometimes I can help, and sometimes I can't, and I have to realize that.
Yeah.
The hoods.
Zach, tough shit. This channel and the community is something I rely on to make it through the week. Seriously. I've done so with other communities as well, but this one is so far the most human.
That's great.
I mean,
that is for and to hoods. I think it's totally fine. Like I said, I'm playing devil's advocate here because I think sometimes admitting and seeing those things in yourself is a great thing. Obviously, I know Claudia is a good person. She does a lot to help other people.
I try.
She really does. Or we wouldn't be sitting here having a conversation. If I think someone's a piece of shit, I do not associate myself with them. Fuck pieces of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Don't waste my time with them. My life's too short. I like helping people a lot. But I am also the kind of person where I will do anything for any stranger. But when someone shits on me and my friends, you're out. I'm done with you.
I mean,
that fucking human hater that came to the community, I will come after that motherfucker. You come after my friends, you start coming after helpless people who can't defend themselves. Oh, we have words.
Yeah, I can see you as a person who has words.
Yes, I have words.
I don't know if you know this about me. I try to avoid confrontation at all
I am
costs.
extremely aware of that. I'm extremely aware of that. I learn everything that's going on with Claudia through third parties, so I'm extremely aware of that.
Wait, what? I'm trying to think of something that we've had confrontation about.
Not confrontation. God damn it!
Subscriber.
Have I talked about my socks yet? Thanks for taking the up level. Can you turn? Yes, I can turn.
I hate whoever's doing these troll subs.
I think that's 3. Oh, one more? One more.
One more.
One
but
more.
Whoever's doing those troll subs, just donate $5 with your troll. Just do the donation.
I want a real
I don't have
sub.
to dance, and we actually get all of that to help the channel instead of half of it not.
Give us tips.
Don't troll me.
Just the tip. See,
now
I
they're
said
gonna
that.
do it.
Why did you do that then?
I know
Why
exactly
did you do
what
that?
I'm doing, and then me saying now they're gonna do it is just another play of reverse psychology.
Oh.
So here's the thing.
Yeah, thank you for noticing my Yu-Gi-Oh socks.
Here's the thing, Claudia. When the chat room figures out how much I am in control of, it will terrify them. We went through this last year a little bit. The mods thought they had a little... There's one time and my entire time of being on the internet that they've had one on me.
Is it Pillow Zach?
Yes. One time.
I hear about it all the time. I don't want to hear about it anymore. We did talk about it. That was one of the times where I realized my world was so small because you pointed out what a sexualized pillow of you can make you feel, and I was like, wow, I was ignorant because I didn't realize your emotions with that.
I mean, my emotions or whatever.
That was one of our real conversations.
If I think you're a piece of shit, you're not coming on Honesty Hour. Zach explaining on H8.
Tyler is just busy.
Tyler's busy as shit.
And you know what's sad?
But that's really funny.
Tyler also wants to do he wants to do more tabletop. I'm like, when do you think you have time, Tyler?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, I'm trying to get through some of these. I'm looking for the good questions.
There's lots of questions. We like your questions. Thank you for so many questions. If you have free time right now, you can do a couple things. Like you can come up with a question for our fighting game trivia hops tomorrow. That's something I did today. What else did I do today?
Here's your tip, Zach. Say thank you. Hi,
Thank
Claudia.
you. I appreciate that, Krellin. Thank you. Okay.
Tyler is a very interesting creature. I think everyone should just listen to Tyler talk. Oh, look at
Oh
this!
shit.
Move, chair! We now get to listen to this one.
Whoa, active in the chat for a subscriber, everybody. Get active in that chat room. Time for a subscriber giveaway. This fucking hippie thing. I'm glad we got that over with.
This is my favorite thing.
Okay.
By the way, Little Apple is the song. And by the way, almost every enforcer might have one of the packs soon.
What?
Oh yeah, I worked Line Entertainment, and they're like, we love these. And I was like, great, talk to someone in Taiwan. There might be more of these. I have 7. I'm not allowed to play them all at the same time, because it literally sounds like Satan.
Bob Lord F has a question. Hyper's online presence and community is beautiful and growing, but do you ever intend to have a physical presence, e.g. partnered/official comic stores or tabletop games that would connect Thumpers in physical space? I would love to. We're not big enough.
We are definitely not big enough.
Not even close. I'm not sure where I would land on this side, but I've had discussions with several of the Thumpers about it. I would love to. Absolutely love to. And I think people going out of their way to make their own communities to where they get together and they have fun is great. But we are still an extremely small community when it comes to online presence. Really, really small. To the point that I sweat myself to sleep every night small.
We have how many? We have 1,000 people subscribing.
1,200 and probably 30, maybe.
Yeah. So imagine, let's pretend like all those people are in America. Okay? Let's pretend for a moment. It's not true. Let's pretend. That means there are 200 people. No, 20 people in each state.
I'm going to assume that 200 of those subscribers are people with multiple accounts.
Great.
So we'll say 1,000 people are subscribed.
Great.
And I'm also going to say a lot of those people, I'm going to say probably out of all those subscribers, 20% are probably overseas. So let's say 800 in America. 800
are in America. Divide that by 50. Less than 20 people in each state.
Fucking shit.
This thing does not say Chinese very well. That's fine. Wait, so GNS is bigger than Hyper?
Ha 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 ha.
Is that a fuck you? Can I say fuck you to that?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
Fuck you.
What? I don't even have to translate that shit.
You know the answer to that. Come on. And I say that with love and
and I say this to you for how long?
Oh. And here's the thing.
Why you think I left, motherfucker? All right, let's move on.
Why did you think you left?
I know why I left.
Because you wanted to work
They're
longer?
about to learn why I left.
Oh.
Bring it.
And here's the thing. I say that fuck you with love. If I really meant fuck you, you wouldn't have heard it in my head. Or I would have only said it in my head. Good night, Jelly.
All right.
Oh god. Like the one person I yelled at to is now gonna be like a murderer. No, you're not a murderer, probably.
Yeah.
No, I'm totally just teasing. Like,
No, what the fuck? I had no idea, Jesus.
No!
And I have honestly not known.
Oh my god, I feel legitimately bad. The one person I cursed at does not know. GNS does,
No, I'm sure they know. It's just probably a...
No. Like, I legitimately maybe ruined someone's thing. Here's the thing. This is why I'm not mean to people on the internet, because I just hurt someone's feelings on accident. Okay, GNS is Geek and Sundry, which, let me cobble this together, is run kind of by Felicia Day. Kind of.
No, stop it. Just stop it. It's not. She has nothing to do with it. Move on. All right. Okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
We can't get into that. There's too many things.
Help him out, chat. God, I'm not gonna say anything ever again.
Okay.
That's sad. I'm sorry, everyone.
So somebody in
We're
chat
not talking
asked,
about GNS on.
yeah. Somebody in chat asked, would you guys ever run an indie tabletop RPG? We do every Friday. Every single Friday on Weekly Affirmations, we run indie tabletop RPGs.
Yeah, it's great. It's really, Strix does that.
No, Erica's not a part of this channel right now.
Oh, nice job.
Somebody just bought one of our Humble Bundles, which I want to remind everybody, if you scroll down, or you ask for a link in the chat, you can either buy the Humble Jumbo Bundle or the Mobile Bundle.
I made someone sad. I just feel kind of bad.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
You're fine.
Claudia saying F you to chat. Zach, what have you done to our sweet Claudia? You monster. Hashtag Neonite, hashtag save Claudia.
Oh, I didn't hear what she said, actually. I just heard what Zach did. And Floss, just ask us questions about our channel. We try really hard to not bring it up because it's whatever. It gets annoying.
We'll start like a 20-hour conversation.
Well, it's annoying, honestly, because when you're in someone else's channel, it's just rude. Because it's like, who wants to talk about, it's like you want to only say positive things about other people, but if you bait and all that kind of stuff for drama's sake, it's frustrating. So just ask us questions. We do a lot of amazing shit here. Okay.
Cinnamon bun.
Commander Dunsale says, Zach, can you share your thoughts on Gauntlet? I'm not sure what I have to ask. I think it has a lot of potential to be something very entertaining. A couple of early preseason episodes were, I want it to be something I really enjoy regularly. Commander Dunsale, my thought on it is, holy shit, it's extremely hard to do. So I might actually be GMing the Gauntlet next week because we found out Paul's going to be out of town. And he's going to be out of town 2 more weeks. It's been a series of unfortunate events. We started the season with a bang. It was me and Matt Mercer. It was great. We were ready to go. There were a couple issues with the overlays and stuff, but we got those fixed. And then some stuff came up, as you guys know, in Paul's life, and he had to cancel the next week. So already our steam was taken out from under us.
Right.
And then we did this one, and we had our team cancel on us literally like the day of. So Ryan worked his ass off to book a bunch of guests the day of to be on the show. And then Paul let us know that he couldn't be on next week because he got hired to go do something else. So it's one of those things, like, we're our own worst enemy on that show right now. Any chance of it doing well, we've kind of made it extremely hard to do so. So I'm going to try. I'm going to do my best yes, the studio is in Seattle.
Baka Nerds, now that you are a subscriber, you can watch us on VOD, so go to bed.
Yeah.
Zach, are there links for us to use for putting on Facebook for each of the shows one day? Go live, links that would show the stream.
To Hoods, that's a Facebook thing. So we're going to experiment on Friday night for the big finale of DFA, streaming live to Facebook and Twitch at the same time and try to bring more Facebook people over. And we're gonna really try to push it. So when we do that Facebook push, we'll let everybody know in Discord, go share it, because the more that people share it, the higher it gets in everyone's algorithm, blah, 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 blah. I like the Gauntlet a lot. I think there's a really good idea in there, and I think the further we push the graphics, the further we push the sound effects, will eventually find its footing. It's just gonna be a hard start for that show because it's hit so many snags when it's starting. So, and Fufo, there is Twitch embedding, but it's really strange, and it just sits there, and it's not like an actual VOD of just that show. It's just gonna play whatever's live at the moment. And because it's linking you to someone else's website, Facebook puts it lower in its priority for its algorithms. Boo. So the best thing to do is to actually stream to Facebook Live with the link taking people over to twitch.tv. that's the best way to do it, because if you actually post just a link in the chat of Twitch, Facebook's gonna bury it because they put priority on Instagram themselves and whoever they own, basically.
DFA final season finale on Friday.
Yep, season finale, guys. It's gonna be
But then there's gonna be a
nuts.
couple weeks where Tyler's not here.
We haven't. I mean, why are you bringing that up?
Because someone pointed it out in chat and I didn't know that.
God damn it,
until-
Tyler. See, there's things people are supposed to keep secret,
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
and we have a plan. Death from Above is not going anywhere. I'm not gonna tell you exactly where it's going yet, but I can tell you that after the season finale, Death from Above will be on the next Friday.
Oh.
That's what I am telling you.
There we go. Someone answered your questions. Good job, Fenris. Thank you for covering my butt for yelling at
Eternal Knight 001 says, "Hey Zach, I'm curious about something. Honesty Hour is just you sitting around and talking about various things. It's totally freeform, none of that crazy pre-planning and expense and whatnot that the huge shows like DFA and Vanquish cost." Thank you,
Just
Russell.
wanted to say
Thank
hi
you.
to you, Zach, and Claudia, you were great.
Thank you for that.
Oh, thank you.
What's happening? I'll tell you about that, Trogath. Okay, so he said, yet every week you get multiple subs during Honesty Hour, yet it's just you being you, and currently Claudia being Claudia. How does it make you feel? Okay, here's the thing. I understand how that all works. If we didn't have all the shows like Death from Above, Vanquished, Shadowrun, no one would be here for Honesty Hour.
Right, because they actually care about what happens behind the
So
scenes.
what we know based on the analytics that we have is Honesty Hour is a show that a lot of people do show up from our community, so it consecutively usually has really high numbers, higher than a lot of our other shows, but they come from other places. So a lot of people watch Friday, or they watch Shadowrun, or they watch Vanquished. We have an audience where we've created different RPGs for different people that they want to watch. Honesty Hour is where we talk about all those things, so it's obviously going to bring a lot of people in. If we didn't do all those things, not that many people would be watching this right now. And I know this because I had my own Twitch channel for a while, and nobody watched it. So there's going to be people in here that, well, you know what it's like when you're doing it on your own. So it's like,
Oh yeah, I got a boost from you guys. Like, I'll be
well,
honest.
of course you do. I know that, Claudia. I know the analytics.
Oh, you know numbers about my channel? What?
Most definitely. So it's one of those things that, like, before I started Geek and Sundry, I was doing my own channel, and we would do things like this on that channel, and we'd get 40 viewers, something like that, on a good night, like a really good night, and that's understandable.
Thanks.
I just farted, that is all.
Zargras, I was trying to tell people how you were a decent person.
Not anymore.
Now I'm gonna remind them all, you're a piece of shit. But,
Humble Artifacts Mundi bundle was just purchased for $1. F you, Zach.
For $5.
cool. Cool.
Thanks.
What I was trying to say is it's a two-way street. Just like how Honesty Hour on this channel only gets usually around 300 viewers, on Geek and Sundry it would get up to 800 to 1200 because it was the average of the show. So
Claudia, after this, go check out the Claudia Colton Discord.
I don't know if I want to, because it's probably going to be a clip of me yelling at someone, and I legitimately
or it's gonna be a
still
lot
feel
of
bad.
praise too.
It might be. I just legitimately feel bad that I hurt someone's feelings.
What I'm saying is, it's a two-way street. Like, it's no surprise that Honesty Hour on Geek and Sundry used to pull in the average of the higher shows, except for that one show, and then here it pulls in the average of the higher shows. It's a similar situation. That's how it works. So what I'm trying to say is, a lot of people tune in earlier in the week, and then they come back for Honesty Hour, and that's when they decide to subscribe. We're always going to more likely get subscribers and one-on-one interaction with you guys, because that lets you know we're real people. We also get to respond to those subscriptions, which a lot of people want to see. Unless you're in a situation where you have celebrities on the show or something like that, then you'll get a higher return rate on subscribers.
Oh.
Awesome, selling some of those Humble Bundles. Mr. Black, WL, I don't really know why that is. When you open it up in a different browser, copy and paste that link when you open it up on the one that it does work, and make sure you're getting the full link in there.
Pop-ups might be blocked. I don't know. That's usually when I have a computer problem, it's usually pop-ups will be blocked.
Yeah. Replica 15, you just scroll down.
Money. $15 equals 3 subs. Play that one. Hashtag
Whatever.
Renraku.
Like the beginning of that song is the best because it just the beginning. If you want, and that's not what they say, but that's what I hear, and so that's the part I can sing. I like the singing. I like to do the singing, guys. Fun songs. My favorite songs usually consist of counting or parts where I can repeat.
Hey.
D20 donation. Roll the 6 this time. Shirts. Hi, Claudia.
A D20
Hi,
donation.
Zach.
That's kind of cool.
That's the kind of cool idea.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's
Kinda
fun.
cool.
It's like gambling. I like gambling.
Volps484 says, I personally think more media companies need to do something like Honesty Hour. I love the insight into the company. I have a comment on that, actually. It's fucking terrifying.
Oh, yeah. Like,
It's
I almost...
absolutely terrifying to tell you guys how we're doing. And I understand why so many companies don't do it.
I mean,
I do understand that.
If I have a moment to be selfish,
Yeah.
right now I've made 2 mistakes already on Honesty Hour. By just not having a cap.
They're not
on my
really
mouth.
mistakes.
No, but they're not good things.
No, you're fine. Like, we're having fun and they understand that. No,
No.
Beezus166.
God, no.
Not everything's about that. Did you know that men and women can be friends?
What?
Wow, I mean, we're not friends either, but did you know that...
I think I would literally have to save Zach from a train for him to consider me a friend.
Thank you,
Laney
thank you for that follow. Okay, so it's not. Oh, fucking shit!
Subscriber.
I just like the wave the wand. You should give us the wand next time. It's pretty great. Yeah, it's not. You don't have to say I'm sorry. I'm realizing at a point that even if I'm a kind person, not everyone wants to be my friend.
No, they won't. And no matter. And here's the other thing you have to realize when you're on the internet: everything you say is impossible to not.
This is just money.
I appreciate all your shows. Even if I'm not here for most of them because I am basically vaguely human-shaped shit. Hashtag Horizon, I guess.
You're probably more than just shit.
Why would you even say that?
Because he wants someone to tell him that he's not shit.
I understand that. Insane Grenade, thank you for the follow. I understand that, but don't even say that, man.
What do I think of Cardcaptor Sakura? I like that.
Claudia, what do you think of Cardcaptor Sakura? Also, Zach, are we going to be in the black this month just on donations? Like, without your outside work?
I mean, one, Cardcaptor Sakura is adorable.
Oh, for fuck's
Here,
sake!
take one.
Subscriber.
Take it anymore. Oh, I can't. I think it's the second one. No, it's not. We're good. Oh, I'm gonna die. So many dubs. Good. Good. I actually feel like I'm legitimately kind of okay now.
Yeah, you asked for it and you got it.
You got
Over
it. You got the wands.
Okay. So what I'm saying, okay, here's.
Yeah, these songs don't go well together. This song goes with nothing.
I'm gonna be really honest with them of why this is difficult.
What? The
Honesty
Hour
Hour.
part? Yeah.
Okay, it's basically extremely difficult because.
No, it's fine.
Thank you for buying that humble bundle. It's basically extremely difficult because when we have these conversations like this, it opens up a situation where everyone watching is a part of this conversation, and you should be. You are investors in this channel. This is a community-driven channel.
Yeah.
It is paid for by you. So I have a responsibility to talk to you. I'm also the CEO.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things I don't tell you, and I won't tell you out of professionalism. Things that happen behind the scenes, things that happen other places, things that don't go through, all sorts of stuff that I can't. And sometimes, if I could tell you, It would make things a lot easier, but I can't. So assumptions have to be allowed. And the problem with having this kind of back and forth is you expect me to tell you. You expect this communication level where you will know. And because I'm not telling you, you assume the worst. And it happens a lot. People assume the worst and they're allowed to take their own speculations and run wild with them. But out of professionalism, I can't say either way. I have to keep my mouth shut.
Oh, yeah.
That's sometimes the really bad problem with this. It creates this situation where everyone thinks they should be able to know absolutely everything.
But they can't, because
But
then
they
they'll
can't.
freak out all the time.
Well, they
like you
would.
do.
They would freak out all the time if they knew every single little thing that goes on, and some of the things that the hard decisions that we have to make would hurt them. Like, they would honestly hurt them. And I want to be the only one that has to take that hurt.
So, like, here's what...
Because it's not fair for you guys to have to hold that either. So it's a fucked up situation sometimes. And it creates a really weird dynamic because there also becomes, when we're this honest with everybody, a level of self-entitlement from the audience.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
They expect things from us that are just completely unreasonable to expect from a company. And it's unfortunate, but it's that we've created ourselves. Drunken Lotus 13, thank you for that follow. Very much appreciated.
We like it.
Yeah.
But, like, here's what my understanding is, and I have to re-summarize long sentences like that so my brain gets it. You are more honest than most channels are. But you can't be completely honest or their brains would explode from sadness every day like yours almost do. Good night, Ozai.
Yeah.
Like, literally. Literally. And you know what, plus, Zach isn't gonna tell you if he doesn't want to tell you.
No, I can't. I won't. I won't. Like, I won't. There are even things from last year you still don't know because I'm a professional and it's my job to be one. And that is the difference between me and a single streamer. A single streamer can tell you a lot of that stuff. It's a lot different. They only have to worry about themselves. We have a company with 30 people under our payroll. A lot of things happen. A lot of things go on behind the scenes, and there's shiftings of hands, and there's all sorts of stuff, and things come up. And I will tell you as much as I am able, and I will hide a lot of things to better this community, as it's my job to do so. And unfortunately, it creates a weird situation sometimes, and it's a hard thing that we've brought on ourselves by doing it this way. And I can understand why a lot of companies just avoid that entirely. It must be nice running a non-public facing company where you can just do things and you don't have to explain yourself to anyone except the people you work with. Like that, I can see the allure in that. You know, I really can.
I love how literally everyone is just making assumptions on what's happening with this month.
Exactly.
Like, literally in chat, I've seen like 20 ideas.
That's
come
exactly
through.
what I mean.
And you just didn't answer a question because you had a different question to answer.
Yeah. Like, that's the thing. It's like everyone's making assumptions now and asking questions, and it's just like, see, that's exactly my fucking point. There's so many things. It's not even one thing. It's a lot of things. And that's just the nature of running a business that's, you know, a startup company especially, where there's a lot of costs. There's a lot of hard decisions that have to be made, a lot of hours that have to be worked, a lot of constantly ebbing and flowing to make things work. It's the nature of startup business. So the weird thing is when public people that are strangers are your investors.
It's so interesting. It's so fascinating because, like, yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Humans as a whole are very fatalistic. I completely agree with that, R Green Paradox, and our audience in general is also like that. Hey! Our audience especially is very, I'll say sensitive. We've cultivated a sensitive audience, which is good, which is great. Our audience is really sensitive, which is good, but it also comes with other challenges. Like, it's really easy for us to upset them. We get a lot of messages about that. We get a lot of people. So it's a fine balance. It's different. It's also weird to be running a company and having to have personal conversations with people you've never met about, like,
how they feel.
Yeah. It's also something that a lot of people don't have to deal with. So it is weird and it's different.
FFX or FS9 Master, I have to disagree. Nothing matters because it all ends. It's about what you're doing when you're alive.
I mean, part of him is trolling in that.
Maybe.
Having fun.
But I do want to make that clear. It's the...
Yes, Trogaf, I am allowed to talk about the t-shirt situation going on. What do you want to know? We have an Amazon affiliate link set up right now, and we have an Amazon beta merch store up right now. You can scroll down and click on the shirts and go to our Amazon merch store.
Shirt.
I just put through So the shirt I'm wearing right now is the Death from Above shirt that's on Amazon. It's Amazon Prime, so it's like you can get a shirt and have it in 2 days if you live in America. So we're working on selling enough shirts to prove to Amazon that it's like, give us more things to be able to do. So it's one of those things where the better we do, the more that they will unlock for us. It's a beta program. It's really cool. You can scroll down on the channel page, click the button, or you can use the affiliate links we have set up now to buy comic books.
Oh.
So, and here's the thing, if you don't want to buy comic books and you just want to buy something else, you could click on our affiliate link for comic books and then search something else and we still get the credit for it, which is a cool thing to do. So just click on the comic book link when you want to shop on Amazon and then go buy your toilet paper or whatever else you need. Yes, this is the Amazon DFA shirt.
That's the Amazon DFA shirt?
Yeah.
Looks good.
Just got it yesterday.
Yeah, congratulations.
Woo! So I put up a bunch of other shirts today. Commander Dunsale, they don't sell long sleeve shirts to us right now. Like I just said, they'll give us more options if we sell more shirts. But right now, it's t-shirts. But I just put up the other t-shirts today. I put up the loose fitting t-shirt. So this is the athletic fit. Today I put up the relaxed fit. And I added the Infect shirt too.
Yeah, so a lot of improv, like, so I don't know if you know, but Corpsons are in the chat.
Oh.
Yeah!
Subscriber.
And you all can tell me all the different shirts that you want, and it's irrelevant. Right now, you're getting t-shirts, so get over it. That's all we got. It's part of the beta program. We'll do more when we can, and you'll know exactly when we can because we'll tell you.
Intro was, thank you. You're great. Even though I'm a jerk.
Please don't hurt yourself. Bob, that happened after song number 1. That's how this works.
You need to just do one of these.
Yeah. Yep. All right.
What else do we want to talk about? Oh, you know what's interesting with me?
All you have to do, Trogaff, is click the button. Just scroll down and click the button.
He's learning.
Just scroll down and click the button.
I've seen both LBFist and Muffin Aphrodite, Cheryl and Tony in the chat, and they're all improvers. You know what's insane? I am not an improver. I'm not as deep as an improver there as they are.
Why is that insane?
Because they're all talking about how they make out with each other on stage. I'm like, I am not ready for that.
No, the Amazon affiliate link does not work worldwide. It works in the United States. One of the weird things about affiliate links is you have to make a different one for every single country.
You don't got time for that.
No, we don't.
You don't got time for that.
I don't have time for that shit. Yeah.
You don't have time for anything. What is one thing, here's the honest hour, what is one thing you did for yourself and not for this channel this month? For yourself, not even for Malika. What is one thing that you're like...
That's what I would consider for myself.
I know! That's why I had to say it. What is one thing that you're like, I'm going to do this for me? And I don't think there is one.
This month?
Yeah, in September. It's like the 20-something of September. I actually don't know what day it is.
I don't think, yeah, I could say that I slept and I ate a little bit.
That's not...
Probably nothing. It's been a hard month. So I've been working hard.
Don't worry, kissing isn't mandatory in improv. Good.
Zach reads comics for himself. I know I didn't buy any comic books this month.
Zach MMFEC Shirtbot. Also, we're just worried because we love this community. The shows, and I can say personally that I want y'all's people to have money, live comfortably, and you specifically to be able to relax.
I don't think...
Well, if it works, one day I will. But I
legitimately don't think you will ever relax.
I probably won't. It's not my personality.
Like, it's not.
If I relax, I'm reminded by how much pain I'm in.
Yeah.
Like, that's the #1 reason I don't. Like,
someone told me that once, and I was like, oh, that makes sense.
I was
Why
talking
he
to somebody
constantly
the other
moves.
day, and that's like, whoever I was talking to, they told me the same thing. Like, they were going through a similar thing of chronic pain, and it's like, yeah, it's hard for people to understand. Like, yes, everything I do hurts, but I still hurt when I stay still. And
So
the difference is when
why-
I'm doing things, my brain isn't focusing on the fact that I hurt. So it's easier to keep my brain as active as possible, so I'm not just sitting there going, ow, ow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
fuck that.
Keltora, that won't happen because Zach won't. One, that show, like, that show just won't happen because Zach won't relax. You would do something else instead of relaxing. I don't know what it would be, but like Malika cooking for you on Some Honesty Hours to me is a very relaxing thing for you. I think that is like when I see.
No, it's a good way for her and I to actually spend time together too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of things, and as far as like wanting the channel to succeed and stuff, I understand that part, guys, and that's why I try to tell you as much as I possibly can about everything that I can tell you stuff on.
Good luck. Good luck, Kyokyu.
It's night, Lady Kekyu. I'll always tell you as much as I can. The thing is, there's gonna be things sometimes that you won't understand. All I ask is that you trust us. I think, given how honest, that's the thing that offends Emily and Rai and I sometimes, is like, given how honest we are with you all, how we try to tell you as much as we possibly can, just, I know you'll have knee-jerk reactions to things. I know you will. It's impossible not to. Just try to understand anything we do. We do it because we want nothing more than this to fucking work. We literally put our blood, sweat, and tears into it. So trust us that we're doing the best that we possibly can, and any decision we make is not made lightly. We don't just sit around going, nah, fuck it, bah! Like, it's all heavily...
That's me.
Yeah, it's all heavily thought of, debated, contemplated, obsessed over. If anything, I think too hard on it and I worry too much, and Mitch told me that I need to be careful and otherwise I'll suffer from analysis paralysis because I over-obsess sometimes and I overthink it, and because I am so concerned and always worried and want it to work so bad. So just try to remember that. You know, try to remember. It's like when a lot of people were complaining that we were putting stuff in the D&D category. It's like, what do they think we are? Like,
are you noobs?
Well, yeah. It's kind of like we've been doing this a long time, and Twitch literally told us to do it. Like, we're not trying to be shady. We're not trying to like pull one over on people. Like, yeah, Shadowrun is in the D&D category. Why? Because there's a Shadowrun video game category, but not a Shadowrun RPG category or a tabletop category on Twitch. So D&D is the closest thing people have, and you'll see a lot of other people streaming role-playing games in D&D category because that's the best we got right now.
Wow.
Is Mitch a good mentor? Yeah.
I've heard that from a couple of people.
Yeah. He's better at working with people than I am, for sure.
Which is funny because I think Mitch, Mitch curses a lot more and says things that sound.
They're also extremely inappropriate a lot of times.
Oh, for sure.
He says a lot of really inappropriate things.
For surezies.
Mm-hmm.
But I also know that Mitch is not going to beat around the bush. He will tell me exactly what I need to know, and only that much. Like, he will not tell me any more than necessary.
No, he doesn't beat around the bush. He's good. He's more emotional than I am, which is good sometimes. I will say that.
Yes.
I will definitely say that. Sometimes my lack of emotion is bad. Because it makes people think that I don't care. And I really do care. I just have a problem showing that I care. I really do. I spend most of my time over-caring. That's one of my biggest problems, and that's why I act like such a hard ass. Because deep down, I usually put other people way before I put myself. Way before. But I don't show it. So they're left thinking that I don't care. Which is not necessarily good for us.
No, but we just, again, we make assumptions about how you feel because you're not showing emotions. Because that's what humans do. They don't like not knowing, so instead they make up stuff. That's how religions exist. I'm smart, guys. That's
my favorite thing you've said all night.
What, I'm smart, guys?
Or no, the religion. That's why religion exists. Jab!
Well, like, here's the thing. I believe...
Here's the thing. Are you ready for the shitstorm that comes back from that? Because there's a lot of people who do believe in religion and believe in it heavily.
Oh.
Are you ready to then stand by what you just said and not feel shitty about it?
I believe in God. I don't believe in religion. Because, like, I believe that there has to be a higher power up there, but I don't believe that the Bible is true. Because it's made by people, and people make mistakes. Sorry, guys.
Boom. I'm anxious to see how long you stand by that before saying sorry.
I will legitimately apologize that my opinion is a little bit rude. But, like... Like, it's so hard because my main concept is I don't want to yuck your yum yum. And I say things and they sound like yuck yucks. But, like, I don't want you to stop believing in what you believe. But I just believe something different.
I mean, I've told them before, like, I am, thank you, Stofern.
I guess we're getting honest.
Yeah, I've told people before, like, as an atheist, I don't believe in shit. Hey, Sir, get ready!
Thanks for following!
But I am a firm believer, and as long as what you believe doesn't affect other people in a negative way, believe whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, I broke the cardinal rule. I'm so young, guys. I am so young. I make rule breakers all the time.
Man, that 1000-bit missed the cup. That's rough.
Why?
That's rough. It just missed. It's random.
Wait. What?
Random.
Can you explain to me this?
Okay, whenever people are using bits. Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
Subscriber.
I'm getting busy. What is this?
I agree, and I think they're being extremely supportive right now, but I also know we do have a lot of people who are religious in our chat room who are going to choose not to speak up right now because they're going to be overwhelmed by all the people who are supporting you, so they're going to be quiet. I know this because I've got a lot of private messages from people before, and I think what's good to remember, some tips about the internet.
Yes, please do.
So, saying you don't believe in religion, totally fine.
Okay.
And then you can create a good debate. If you come out and you say, this is why religion exists, you're making yourself an authority on it.
But that's
and
not
you're
true
also
because I'm
saying,
ignorant.
But you're, exactly, and you can admit that, but in that moment, you're making yourself an authority, and you're also telling them in that authoritative way that how they believe is wrong. So it's okay to say you believe something, but if you flip it on them and put them in the hot seat, then you are kind of in turn offending them by saying that you believing in that makes you wrong.
Which
So-
I don't want to do,
Which
but
know
I
you don't.
definitely,
I know you don't.
definitely don't say things correctly. I
Well,
don't. Because I did, like, my goal is never to hurt someone's feelings, but as you can see, I've already hurt people's feelings in the chat. And that's the hard thing, is that, like,
I'm sure you didn't hurt anyone's feelings because they know you.
Right, but yeah, like, see, like, Sko, like, you could tell me that you were, like, offended, and I'm sorry that like the way I worded it or the way I feel hurts you. That was not my goal by saying that, but it happened, and I have to understand that sometimes, like, I make mistakes and I have to live with that, and I can say sorry, but, like, that might not be enough.
Yeah. That's why I try to tell everyone the cardinal rule when you're voicing your opinions on the internet is you can make fun of yourself, you can talk down about yourself, and you can address what you believe, but don't ever say what other people should or shouldn't do, how they should act, who they should vote for, what they should believe in. Like that's then you can say in turn what it's kind of contradictory because we'll always say like I respect what you think, but and that's
there's
the
always
difference.
a but.
You can't say but. You can't say that you respect them and then in turn say that they should be doing something the way you do them. So to respect what other people believe, you can tell them what you believe, but kind of end it there. It's a tough thing because I love to fucking argue.
I know.
I love to argue, and I'll do that with my friends. I'll argue the shit with my friends. And we'll have those kind of debates, but that's in a trust space where I know that person, and if we have a disagreement, we can fledge through, and that's why religion is tough and politics is tough, because it's filled with context and subtleties.
Filled with subtlety, and I am not a subtle person.
And when you're having those conversations, you need to be able to have that subtle understanding from each other. Otherwise, you're just gonna like, they're gonna form their opinions, be unable to voice them in a way where you'll understand, and you'll be unable to voice yours in a way they understand, and it'll create tension when you don't want there to be tension because you respect them. You honestly do.
Oh yeah.
It's just hard to get that out.
It's so hard to tell people that like I am one of these people. I don't think perfectly about things before I say them. Like I don't.
I mean, nobody does. It just takes practice. Honestly, I wasn't like this when I first got on Twitch. Are you fucking kidding me? It took time. It took time, and honestly, it took me making those mistakes and people messaging me and me checking myself and being like, "Oh shit, I didn't think about it that way. You're right. Oh shit, you're right. Like I didn't think about it that way. I'm sorry." And so that's an interesting thing.
And like, I think there is a like someone pointed out there's a balance between tolerating and enabling. Sure, But like, I should never, like I have to think about how my actions are hurting others. Because I want this space to feel very safe. And I want people to feel okay with whatever they believe and whatever they want to not believe. I said something that I believe, and I might have not said it perfectly, and that's okay. And I hope that we've
the good thing is we're having a
enough
discussion about it, and you can learn from that. And it's to say too, though, like if it's just me and you hanging out, we can totally talk that.
Oh yeah,
that's the difference.
Which I forget about because we were supposed to be having a conversation, but now there's a camera there.
Exactly. And there's people who think things. Like I said, there's people all over the fucking world who have completely different things. So, and believe in completely different things. And the other thing I always try to remember is we are entertainers.
Yes.
I run a Twitch channel. You act like a dum-dum on the internet.
That's mostly who I am, but yes.
What I mean is our opinions are not valid. We have no right and no authority to talk about politics, to talk about things like... And nothing we say that is of how you should run your life should be taken seriously in any way, shape, or form, because we are not the authority. We are inner-fucking-tainers. And that's why I like to talk about ourselves.
Yeah.
We can talk about ourselves, and we can have deep conversations about that and relate to people, but if we start being the authority on shit, that's a bad place to be in. And honestly, that's why Rabbit Stew didn't work. If you want me to be completely honest, that's why Rabbit Stew didn't work, because we were giving our opinions on things, and we're not the authority. We are not the guys fuck, my brain just went blank. Game Over Greggy.
Yeah,
like we're not Game Over Greggy. Like he has an history of talking about games for AGN as a journalist, and his opinion is much more valid. Now, I think the problem with the internet is everyone thinks their opinion's valid. Everyone fucking thinks their opinion's valid because they're allowed to. So being allowed to all of a sudden makes people think, well, now that I'm allowed to, I can say whatever the fuck I want. Like there's no personal responsibility on it, which is kind of fucking bullshit. There is personal responsibility. The things we say can affect people, and they don't get a chance to rebuttal properly. So that's not fair. If you're not the authority and you don't have the proper fucking experience and knowledge and research that someone else does, then you have no right to fucking act like you know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah. I forget that I'm totally not in a space where like things, cause like think about my life before March. I was in a space where what I said, ignorance or not, was only heard by 5 people in a room. Literally now, how many people are watching are now allowed to be a part of this?
Yeah, a lot of people. And they're all gonna think, which it's the beautiful thing, and it's also a thing that's very careful because it's really easy for something to like slip into the community and divide them. And the most thing we want to do is remind everybody that it's really fucking cool that we get to be a part of a community where we all have completely different viewpoints. And Silly Sunny says, I disagree. You have a stage and an opinion. You're respected enough to have this stage. If people want to take it as 100% truth and not as an absolute authority, that's their issue. I completely don't agree with that, Silly Sunny. I think if you are on camera and people are listening to you, you have a personal responsibility and you have to be a fucking adult. And I think a lot of people have forgot in our generation how to be a goddamn adult and how to be kind to your fellow man. And just because you have a microphone doesn't mean that you get to say whatever you want. Because the things you say have consequences. So you have to be smart about it, is all I'm saying. You just gotta think about it.
Yeah, and maybe I'm so young in the game. I'm so young in general, dude. I'm 26. And I realized, I thought I was old, and now I realize I'm so young. And that's because I was comparing myself to high schoolers. High schoolers...
There's no better way to feel old, right?
Yeah, God. Like, I would not know... I didn't know what vines were, and then I hear, what are those? Like, 70 times in a day. I'm like, oh, that's a vine. That's a thing. Yeah, we all have opinions, and we're all awesome people, and our goal is to not hate on each other, and also understand that we're different people, and, like, that's weird.
Yeah.
Well, like, we don't want to just say things that everyone likes, because then literally all we talk about is puppies and kittens, and maybe sometimes other animals. Like, we want to have opinions, and we want to be different, because that's what you are.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's, it's good to have likes and dislikes and talk about them in respectful ways, but it's also important, like I said, just remember how sometimes if you're saying you dislike something, it's possible that you're saying that someone else's way of living is invalid.
Which I don't want to do.
Which you don't want to do, and I don't want to do. So that's where you have to find those balances. You know, it's like like when I see people sometimes tweeting stuff about anyone who supports Trump is a piece of shit, and I'm like, like
that's too black and white. People are gray.
Exactly.
I just bought one hashtag Thumper Pride and one hashtag DF t-shirt relaxed fit tee hyper RPG via Amazon.
Awesome.
Nice job. Thank you.
And I think that's dangerous ways of speaking because it's just like, you know, people are complex beings, and you know, there's a lot more to it than just saying because somebody thinks one thing, they're like this. It's a lot more complex than that. You haven't asked them. You haven't asked for their story. I guarantee there's murderers and rapists who support Democrats. You know what I mean?
For
like
suresies.
it goes both ways, and you have to be intelligent enough and well-rounded enough to ask more difficult questions and ask for more than just saying that person sucks.
Well,
you know,
like,
come on.
It's hard because my dad is very much Republican and is going to support Trump, and I know it's so hard to talk to my dad about politics because I don't, and it's like we have to remember that even though we're both different and like you just have to be okay with being like we don't agree. It doesn't mean that you're terrible or if I'm terrible. It just means we don't agree, and I don't believe like. And it's hard to do that. I think you're right. It's really hard to do that over the internet because context and understanding.
Right. And Silly Sunny, I understand that you respect my opinion because you do, like, I understand that. And I agree that, and it's cool that you do. I'm just saying I do have a responsibility as a person on a camera to not, like if I just started spewing racist things.
That would be the worst.
It would be extremely irresponsible. And it would be extremely
Have I really
bad.
said for Jersey 7 times? That's embarrassing. It's so embarrassing.
That's amazing. So, and what I'm trying to say, and that's an extreme example, but it's an example like, can you imagine if, for instance, Donald Trump took his position with that kind of responsibility? It'd be a much different debate and a much different situation. But he's not, and he has power, so he's using it in a way that's kind of like irresponsible. And I think a lot of people forget how much power they have just because they're in front of a camera. It's a weird thing, and again, you can't let it be too much to where you feel self-important.
No.
And but you have to also say.
Okay. Like I feel you. So no.
Oh, and Alienator, I respect Zach's opinion because he has proven that he is worthy of that respect. I would not expect a random person who does not know him to do the same. And you're 100% correct because I've gotten the emails. Believe me. You are dead correct on that. You all know me because of these conversations. So you're saying that you respect my opinion, but that's because you know me. Random people could be watching this right now who have no fucking clue who I am, and even all the things I'm saying right now, they're probably like, fuck this pretentious asshole for telling me how other people are supposed to act on the internet. And they're valid in that response because I'm being a pretentious dick by telling you how you should act on the internet.
But like, even think about that one person who literally had no idea what GNS is, and I assumed that he did, and like, that one snippet of who I am to that person is awful. Even though they're like, even though I know I'm not. Anyways, what's another question? Are we done with this?
I think we're about time, honestly.
What? I was told we were going to be here till 2 a.m.
Really? I've been ending these at midnight because...
You're tired.
Well, yeah, and I still have work to do.
Yeah, I don't have a job. Well, okay, I do have. I have a job for 1 more week, and then I have to figure out what I'm doing with my life. We've gotten real honest today, though, haven't we?
Yeah.
They've gotten too far into my brain.
As Odio says, what if you honestly believe that something could be an existential threat to democracy as a whole or the human race? Feels wrong not to speak up. And I do agree with you, as Odio. I do agree with you. But from my experience, there's a time and a place to do so. So if I was to go to, say, a rally against a certain candidate that I don't agree with, I can go do that. And I can stand up against that and show in that moment I am against that. On a Twitch channel where we play video games and do role-playing games with the community to have fun and forget the world, I do not have a right to make that statement because I'm forcing my opinion on others when that's not what they came here for. But I can definitely stand up for what I believe in my own way that's not inflicting it upon others. That's what I think the difference is. And you can disagree with me if you want. I think that's my responsibility, and I will try to keep those things out of it while having an honest discussion with things.
Oh, guys, you don't want me as like, you guys are very sweet. I don't think we can ever, like, Honesty Hour, because I saw a lot of people being like, can we have rabbit stew again? I think we talked about why we can't have rabbit stew again for, like, if ever. It's because, like, I'm not an expert.
Well, no, it was like we said it,
You kind of answered that question.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where we watch the analytics, we watch the data. It was not bringing in new viewers at all, like fucking at all. After the first month, our viewership dropped in half on the show.
Which sucks.
Which is bad.
No,
and it took a lot
that.
of time and resources to do it for everyone involved. So if something's taking time and resources, brings in no viewers, and is losing money, then we're not gonna do it. And it's a business.
Even if it's fun for you guys to watch, like...
Yeah, we can't run things like that.
And there's other things that we can do instead. Like, I don't know what it is yet, because we're not online. Like, we haven't figured things out yet. But, like, there's other shows. I'm around. I don't think I'm like, I'll be very honest. It's very sweet of you guys thinking I should be here every day. But, like, I think I do not think people would be enjoying to see me every single day on this channel. No. Said it would be a Claudia channel. You don't want a Claudia channel.
Only if you called it the Claudia channel.
Which, like, I have my own stream that I can do a couple days a week. Like, I don't know what my streaming schedule is, but, like, I gotta do D4 for, like, 3 hours today. That was kind of fun.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys. Thank you for the sub train. Thank you all for tuning in, asking great questions. We've had a good conversation.
Is that how you
thank
feel
you, Claudia,
all the time?
From doing Honesty Hours? No, sometimes I leave here and I'm like, fuck my life. Honestly, sometimes, you know, like, it's hard because we have to talk about everything that's not working, and that can be hard to, like, publicly tell everyone why the thing you're doing isn't working.
Twitch.tv/Jakidash. My goal is to be here a little bit more now when I'm not doing the fudge thing, but, like,
be around.
It wouldn't be good. Like, it would not be good watching me all the time.
Well, no, it's not about watching all the time. It's about we have a lot of diverse shows.
Which we need.
Yeah, we need. And it's not, it's that variety. It's just about, like, I don't want you to turn it into some weird thing where you're thinking, they don't want me around all the time.
That's not true.
Don't do that.
No.
Like, don't do that.
I just think that, like, I like all the tastes that you get at Hyper RPG.
Yeah. It's
like, you might come for one show, you might come for all of them, but you don't want them all to taste the same.
Alright, but we are definitely gonna have to close it down. I need to find a raid target.
Oh yeah, the raiding thing. I am
raid.
Claudia can't come on DFA. Claudia died. No, Claudia didn't die, but, like, Natalia Boulevard. Proof that you should let Claudia name her characters. Yeah. Yeah, I was, yeah.
Oh, you were smashed.
Oh, I was smashed by a foot.
Smashy.
But, like, I want to come back. I just can't. It would break the rules. We don't want to break the rules. That's nice, PWJB. Thank you. Yeah, it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice to, like, come in every once in a while and do a silly, silly show. What is a book that I have read that is good lately? Romeo or Juliet. It is by Ryan North, and it is a choose your own adventure novel that is hilarious. I like that.
All right.
How boring do I look right now? If I go like this, you see all this in the area. You could show this place that you want. You could kill me, but don't, please, because I like to be alive. Wow. Maybe Jakidash can be a DFA. No, my character. I don't know.
All right, guys, we're gonna raid Dreaded Cone. I love that guy.
No roots. If you want to cut my hair, make it really long on top and really short on the sides. The reason why I didn't shave the sides is because she said, my hairdresser said my hair would grow out like a bunny if I did. My inspiration for this was I wanted to do the one side shave my hair, and then I realized I don't like to brush it, so I didn't cut both sides.
All right.
That's the truth. FF9 Master Chick's character didn't die. My character died.
Alright guys, we're gonna raid Dreaded Cone. He's a cool dude. I'm actually a really big fan of him. I think he's an awesome guy.
Thank you.
So we're gonna raid Dreaded Cone. Get your raid cannons ready. Get over to his chat. Open up that tab. Get him ready to go. Give him a big welcome from Hyper RPG. Stick around and watch the show. He's a lot of fun.
What's the secret message they're supposed to say?
I just posted it in chat.
Oh, Natalia Boulevard isn't dead. She's in a private hospital recovering. I have already asked if I could come back with amnesia and an eye patch. And Zach said...
I mean, you're dead.
There we go.
All right. Make some friends. Make a good raid. We raid hard, and people know it, and actually people are talking about it. So good job, guys. Keep it up. Keep raiding hard. Now, don't overdo it. Just make them feel like you like what they're doing, and get in there. Make some friends. He's a cool dude. I really like him. All right. Are you guys ready? You ready? You're gonna see me post.
And
Hit that button.
And you do the thing.
Hit that button. Hit it.
Oh, yeah!
Go!
If you wanna. I have no idea what time it is.
You have no idea what time it is?
Yeah. Oh, so it's fine.
So for those of you that are here and you have no idea
Oh man, I made 2 people sad, but I didn't make. I mean, like
this is a hyper RPG raid. They raid harder than anyone else on Twitch.
really.
There's no comparison. They're probably the most hardcore audience I've ever seen. Welcome, friends. I've streamed with them in the past, and we've done stuff together, and they're awesome. And you should follow them. If you haven't followed Hyper RPG, you're missing out. They're amazing. They're like a team of streamers that have a big set, and they do crazy, like...
That's not good. That's true.
like Battletech and... or Robotech. Did Robotech and Battletech, those are made by the same people, I think.
Yep.
I'm a heathen for saying that. Anyway, they do lots of cool things, and you should check them out. And they're really fun, and they drink.
He seems like a nice dude.
And
Yeah,
I
he's
like
cool.
drinking, and they like drinking, and they have shark emotes, and holy shit. Yeah, welcome, Thumpers. We're doing a thing called Steam Greenlight Reviews. If you've never seen Steam Greenlight Reviews, it's very fun. It's very fun. We basically go through our Steam Greenlight queue, and we watch trailers, and we all vote together on whether or not we think these things should be a part of
see us
Steam.
being awkward.
And there's often
Dude,
some
are we still on?
random
Yeah, a
shit.
little bit.
Oh, we're right there.
Like
Yeah.
Does that mean that they can see us?
Yeah, if they want to.
so far.
Wait, I thought we were hosting.
We are.
More than AAA.
You can click through to
Battletech
watch
and
stuff. You
Robotech.
know that, right?
Battletech and Robotech are totally
What?
different things. Yeah,
Yeah, they can click through and they can keep
I should
seeing
know
us.
that, 'cause I've
So we're on right now.
Yeah, I gotta go shut the stream down.
separately, but
What?
I gotta get up and I have to actually go shut it down.
anyway,
So hosts don't cut off what we're doing.
this was our
No, they do.
Oh.
But they can click resume watching and keep watching
little
us.
bit to go. Yeah, well,
Oh.
They can do that. Crazy, right?
Crap! I'm learning. So like, I should have been more entertaining, is what I heard.
No, I should have gotten up and gone and shut the screen off.
fair.
I
But
do
now-
this every week, really. I'm like, I sit here, I make sure the raid goes well, and then I go and I do it.
Wow. So like,
But
I
have fun, everybody. Have fun over there. He just said some really nice things about
He
us. and
did.
that's
That was
awesome.
super nice.
And about you guys, so.
well, they're really great. Man, what is happening with life? I don't understand how Twitch works. I am so still learning.
Ow, my legs. Ow, my legs.
Thank you, Blocks 3D. You're awesome.
Ow, my legs.
Night all. You guys are great. I'm glad you guys see everything. What is a raid, Sir Giverett? A raid is where we go to someone else's channel and we bother them with our views and then